wanting to keep data centers out of Marietta entirely. Council members delayed discussion on a planned Powers Ferry Place facility until August. They also installed a moratorium through the end of the year for any new data center applications. That allows more time to conduct additional studies and review possible zoning rules changes. Graham Carroll, 95.5 WSB.
It is currently 78 degrees in Midtown Atlanta. WSB meteorologist Christina Edwards says we can expect some pop-up storms as we head through the day. Some of us have already seen some rain this morning. Could also see plenty of sunshine today. How get back into the low to mid-90s. Atlanta's most accurate and dependable forecast is coming up. Keeping an eye this morning on an investigation in Newton County where a pedestrian is hit and killed along I-20 this morning. Newton County Sheriff's Office says it happened in the eastbound lanes near exit 101. That's Highway 278 east of Covington. Eastbound lanes were closed for a couple of hours as a result. The agency has not released any information on what led up to the incident. And the person killed has not been publicly ID'd. Updating the conflict in the Middle East this morning. After about 90 U.S. strikes on military targets in Iran overnight, the Iranian regime unleashes its own drone and missile strikes on Middle Eastern neighbors, including Kuwait, where at least one person was injured in an attempted drone attack there. Kuwait saying it has successfully shot down all drones and missiles fired its way, though, by Iran. Meanwhile, Iran says it will decide the future of the Strait of Hormuz. As the fighting continues, business correspondent Rebecca Jarvis says there are new worries about gas prices both here in the U.S. and around the world.
In the last 24 hours, Kepler tells ABC News it has seen 25 ships cross. Now, that is lower than what we've seen in previous days, which were more like about 40. Even a limited disruption here in the Strait can have an outsized impact on the pricing, on freight costs, and on the market price for oil.
Looking at the numbers this morning from AAA, the national average for regular unleaded jumped a nickel in a day to $3.84 per gallon. Metro Atlanta's average, though, remained virtually unchanged so far. It's at $3.56. Speaking of gas prices, we're now seeing the financial damage done to Georgia's bottom line from the recent gas tax suspension.
The governor's office says June's tax revenue collections were down more than $215 million, or 6.8% from the same time a year ago. Officials blame the decrease on the suspension of the state gas tax, which expired on June 3rd. In May, they reported the gas tax suspension forced revenue down by more than 12% compared with 2025. Overall, though, the state ends the fiscal year $129.5 million ahead of last year. Jonathan O'Brien, 95.5 WSB.
The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration issues a new warning for self-driving car companies. That would include Waymo, which has many autonomous taxis rolling around the streets of Metro Atlanta. That warning: improve how the vehicles respond to emergency scenes.
The agency says it's documented cases where autonomous vehicles drove into active incidents, blocked ambulances and fire trucks, or failed to recognize flashing lights, traffic cones, smoke, and other warning signs.
Dave Packer reports federal officials say they plan to meet with vehicle developers later this month to hear how they plan to solve the problem. There have been several local incidents as well, including a Waymo blocking an Atlanta fire truck just last month. It's 9:03. The Mark Arum Show begins in less than 2 minutes. But first, live team coverage of traffic and weather. To the roads we go. The WSB 24-hour traffic center. It is Smile and Mark McKay.
And it's messy in a couple of spots, Judd, especially rolling out of Kennesaw, heading toward Marietta, where 3 left lanes have been knocked out, currently are, with a crash. I-75 southbound before Highway 5, exit 267. Those through lanes out of Ackworth now jamming at Wade Green Road. So if you have a Peach Pass, jump in the express lanes. They'll take you into Marietta. They're starting to fill up out of Kennesaw, but certainly better than sitting in that jam that is I-75 between Ackworth, Kennesaw, and Marietta. Of course, also having an impact on 575, jammed up leaving Barrett Parkway. Been a rough time trying to get a crash completely off to the shoulder on 285 in DeKalb County, heading toward the airport. Still, DeKalb police knock out a left lane on 285 westbound, past Flat Shoals, exit 48, so delays are just south of Glenwood. And looking for new trouble rolling into Norcross. Looks like a crash 85 southbound around Indian Trail Road, and perhaps one will scan the jam cam south of Jimmy Carter Boulevard, exit 99, seeing a slow zone there. From the Loud Security Systems Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
I'm WSB meteorologist Christina Edwards. Partly cloudy, hot and humid today, high 93. Few pop-up showers and thunderstorms for the ride home this evening, then muggy for tonight, lows in the mid-70s. Tomorrow, a mix of sun and clouds, heating up to a high of 94 before pop-up storms develop through the afternoon. Scattered rain showers and thunderstorms linger for this weekend.
Currently 80 degrees in Vining, 79 in Fayetteville, 79 degrees in Midtown Atlanta at 9:05. More news at 9:30. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Judd Hickenbotham, 95.5 WSB.
Welcome, friends. An absolutely slammed Thursday edition of the Mark Arum Show in front of you. A lot to do in the next 3 hours. Major movement in the Iran war. In just a minute, we're going to go to Jerusalem for the latest. We'll continue our team coverage on what's going on in the Strait of Hormuz. Bloomberg News checking in live from London in 1 hour from now. Really excited. 11:05. Make sure you're listening after 11:05. First off, Deborah's got tickets to give away to see Train at 11:05. And then amazing actor and huge Braves fan Michael Kelly is going to join us. Lioness, when's that new season coming out?
Very soon.
He was just in the latest Jack Ryan movie. You know him, you love him, and he's a big Braves dude. So we're going to talk acting and a little Braves baseball. Michael Kelly, welcoming him back to the show after the news at 11:05. And another amazing prize pack to give away at 11:37. Deborah, what are they calling this concert? Double Trouble?
It is the Double Trouble, Double Vision tour, because like both of the songs, Double Trouble, Double Vision, you put them together. Leonard Skinner and Foreigner playing at Ameris Bank Amphitheater.
And if you win that prize pack, not only get to see him at Ameris Bank, but you get a special live lounge performance of Foreigner. I'll be there interviewing the band. It's going to be really cool. So 11:37, your chance to win that. I should mention at the top of the show, rest in peace, Bonnie Tyler passed away.
Yeah,
that's
got that this morning.
Total eclipse of the heart.
Total eclipse of the heart.
I mean, that was if in middle school dances. If that was the song, like if you were going to have the guts to go ask a girl to dance, that was the song, because no girl could turn down a dance to Total Eclipse of the Heart. And you do, the hands on the hip, the little swing. Yeah. So rest in peace to Bonnie Tyler. 75, right? Too young for Bonnie Tyler. All right, let's kick off our team coverage of what's going on with Iran. Joining us from ABC News in Jerusalem, Jordana, re-escalation at the very least. I guess the first question I have to ask is this war with Iran fully back on?
I wouldn't say it's fully back on, but it certainly appears to be escalating and moving into the direction of full-blown war. Again, we saw overnight the U.S. hit over 90 targets in Iran, mostly around the Strait of Hormuz, hitting radar systems and missile launching pads, also hitting drone facilities, and some other coastal areas, clearly trying to handicap Iran's efforts to fire on cargo vessels that are trying to go through the Strait of Hormuz, which is what started this new cycle of violence. The Iranians this morning, overnight and into the morning, have struck back, hitting targets. They say U.S. bases in Bahrain, Kuwait, Qatar. In the last hour, sirens have gone off in Jordan. The U.S. Embassy there says that they have detected attack by drones and missiles, so it looks like Iran has fired on U.S. bases in Jordan as well. And it looks like the MOU, if it's not dead, it's dying, and it's unclear if anyone will come to try to resuscitate it. We're going to have to wait and see.
Yeah, the re-escalation, it seems, started when Iran or some of their proxies started hitting tankers in the Gulf region again. That being said, and I think you might have just answered it, are we still seeing any sort of negotiations ongoing with either the Pakistanis as mediators, or are there any talks going on right now?
Well, the Pakistanis are talking to Iran. We know that. The General Munir, who played such a key role in getting the initial MOU, he's likely also talking to us, to the Americans. President Trump sounded completely fed up yesterday. I mean, he used very harsh language, right, calling the Iranians scum and a cancer and liars, saying he didn't want to waste his time with them. But he did leave the door open for his negotiators, that is Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner, to continue talks with what I call the pragmatic group of leaders in Iran, that is the Foreign Minister, Abbas Araghchi, and the Speaker of Parliament, Khalibaf. So, there may be some talks going on there, back-channel talks. But we're also hearing, at least from American sources in the administration, that are talking to the Israelis. So this is coming through Israeli reporting that we're trying to confirm. The Americans are saying that, we may see a few days of back and forth strike before this peters out again or moves the sides back to the negotiating table.
Jordana Miller from ABC News joining us in Jerusalem here on the Mark Arum Show. All right, so a lot of focus on the re-escalation there, but I'd be remiss if I didn't ask, are we seeing increased escalation in southern Lebanon? Has Hezbollah decided to ramp up actions as well?
Not yet. In southern Lebanon, the ceasefire there is holding. There are intermittent strikes by the Israelis on operatives that are coming close to where the Israelis are. In southern Lebanon, they're sitting about 8 miles into southern Lebanon, but there's not intensive fighting again, not offensive fighting between the Israelis and Hezbollah. And I think that is encouraging that front has not reopened.
Final question for you, Jordana. I had reporting a couple of days ago that Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu was planning a trip to head back to the United States to visit President Trump. Do we have an update on that trip? Is it on? Is it off? Do we know anything?
We do know that the Israeli Prime Minister wants to come to Washington and speak face-to-face with the president. And they are working, both sides are working on a final date. It is likely to happen this month in July, but we don't have a date yet.
Jordana Miller in Jerusalem from ABC News. Jordana, as always, appreciate your time. Please stay safe, my friend.
Thanks. Talk soon.
So not a full-fledged re-engaging of this war with Iran, but certainly a re-escalation. We'll see if the moderators of Pakistan or Jared Kushner or Stephen Witkoff can do anything to, tamp down the escalation levels right now. Surprisingly, the markets are reacting positively right now. There's some sort of big chip news out of Korea, I think, Deborah, that is surging the markets right now. NASDAQ is up almost a full percent, 278 points. Crude oil, though, is up 0.5%. That Texas crude oil is now at $73.89. And I believe Judd mentioned that in his award-winning newscast at 9 that gas prices bumped up like a nickel overnight. So, again, we're still under $75 a barrel, which is a lot better than we were 3 weeks ago. But certainly things seem to be heating up in the Mideast. Let's continue our team coverage now at the White House. CNN's Elena Treen. Now that President Trump is back stateside after that NATO summit, we are still seeing rockets fired on both sides.
No, absolutely. I think part of the reason, Kate, it's been so unclear is, one, if you look at the president's public comments, he's kind of gone back and forth and contradicted himself in some moments about where he thinks this very fragile ceasefire and, of course, that memorandum of understanding that was signed just a couple weeks ago when the president was in Switzerland for the G7, where that all stands. I'd note that yesterday at one point when the president was asked a similar question to the clip you just played that a reporter asked him on Air Force One when he was coming back to the States, he was asked while still in Turkey, what does this mean for the broader Iran conflict? And he tried to argue that, look, he does not expect there to be a return to all-out war. He said that this will end very quickly and we're not looking for long-term action in Iran. Of course, some of those comments likely targeted toward the markets where you saw oil prices really surging yesterday, given all of the latest news around these hostilities between Washington and Tehran. But I also think, from the conversations I'm having, Kate, with people here at the White House, very much unclear where the president's head is on this at this moment. He has said as well that he believes a lot of this is going to be up to the key negotiators that he has deployed, people like Steve Witkoff, like Jared Kushner, like the vice president, to determine how they want to proceed. But I think there's no question, of course, that we are on the brink of a potential collapse here of this broader agreement. I do want to get into some reporting, though, that I have put out as well about some of the thinking for the president and why he was so angry. I mean, those who were watching him in Turkey yesterday, you could see there was palpable anger in the comments that he was making. I'm told part of this is he is very frustrated that the Strait of Hormuz is not yet fully reopened. I'd remind you that in the text of that a memorandum of understanding, that was one of the first lines, that there needed to be a free and open navigation in the Strait of Hormuz. Clearly not something we are seeing. But I was also told he was particularly irked by the timing of Iran striking vessels in the Strait while he was abroad at this NATO summit, while he was meeting with foreign leaders on the global stage. Obviously, when he comes to these big, massive international gatherings, he likes to have something to tout, some victories to tout. this got in the way of that. The other is he's been frustrated as well with the pace of negotiations, I'm told, particularly feeling like the Iranians have been slow walking on the nuclear talks. So all of this adding to what we're seeing now, this second round of massive strikes in Iran. A lot of questions about how they proceed from here.
Elena Tring at the White House this morning. This should come as no surprise if you roll back to the tape of this show when that memorandum of understanding was announced. It was putting a lot of faith and trust in this Iranian regime, to just assume that they would not block the strait, not continue to attack military installations in and around the Gulf. There was a lot of trust. What was the Reagan trust but verify line? Well, I think when it comes to Iran, you have to verify before you can trust. So it should not come as a surprise that this memorandum of understanding Iran has violated. Now, just to play devil's advocate, and we talked to a reporter from Bloomberg the other day, Deborah, and I asked the question, could this have been these attacks in the Strait, which is really, as Elena mentioned there, really ticked off the president to no end. The fact that there were tankers 3 on one day struck in the Strait of Hormuz. Could that not have been by the Iran military per se, but by maybe one of their terror proxies? And that Bloomberg reporter said, there's different factions in Iran. It's not like the United States where it's what President Trump says goes. Like you have the IRG, you have the Ayatollah, you have all of these terror. They're not speaking or acting with one voice like we do here in the United States when it comes to military actions. So maybe the new supreme leader had nothing to do with it, these attacks in the Strait of Hormuz, but they were certainly coming from Iran, and that just gummed up the whole works. But as Elena Tring there mentioned, President Trump, none too happy. We will continue our coverage of the latest in the situation in Iran. I'm not calling it a full war. I'm just calling it a re-escalation for now. Hopefully things will die down. Things will get back to normal in the Strait and everything will calm down. Not a full-fledged war again, but certainly a re-escalation. When we come back, the VIP tour you didn't know you needed. I didn't know I needed it, but now I need it. I'll tell you about this special VIP tour after we check the ride around town. Hello and good morning to Smiling Mark McKay.
Hello, Mark. Bad news if you're trying to get out of Ackworth into Kennesaw Marietta with any kind of speed. All lanes of I-75 and even some of the alternates are really starting to fill up now. It's a crash that's lingered in 3 left lanes of 75 southbound before the Highway 5 interchange at exit 267. Solid jam now on 75 out of Ackworth at the express lane entrance. Express lanes are filling up. So is Cobb Parkway rolling out of Kennesaw into Marietta. Even 575 feeling the pain because it's just below the merge point. 575 slow south of Chastain Road. So plan accordingly out of the northwestern burbs. We'll start to see improvement in DeKalb County on 285 westbound past Flat Shoals exit 48. Crash that was in a left lane is now on the right shoulder. This report sponsored by One Medical Seniors. Over 65 and looking for convenient primary care, One Medical Seniors is ready to take care of you. Call them today, 833-312-3204, 833-312-3204. From the Loud Security Systems Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
He's asking you questions.
Hey, you know what? What's eating you up?
He's asking more questions.
What are you, empty? Soulless?
And he's offering nutritional advice.
Pica, I think, is the thing where you eat
chalk and
ashes,
clay.
Eric Von Hassler, today at 3.
95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
This World Cup profile is brought to you by Kalshi. Trade the beautiful game. At 6'4" with world-class speed and power, Erling Haaland is one of the most feared goal scorers in soccer. The Norwegian striker burst onto the global stage with his incredible finishing ability and has continued to shatter scoring records at the highest levels of the game. Haaland has a knack for finding the back of the net. The World Cup is on, and there's no better place to be than Kalshi, America's #1 prediction market platform. On Kalshi, you're trading against other people in a live market. No house, no odds makers. For a limited time, download the Kalshi app and use code PASS. PASS. PASS to get $10 when you trade $10. Kalshi. Trade the beautiful game.
18 plus only. Restrictions and eligibility requirements apply. Event contract trading involves risk and may not be suitable for all investors. Prices, values, and available markets may differ from those mentioned. For more information, see kalshi.com/regulatory.
It's the perfect time for a whole home refresh from Zerorez. In honor of summer 2026, save 26% on all services. From the floors you walk on to the air you breathe, everything Zerorez cleans is 26% off. Carpets? Yep. Air ducts? Yep. Upholstery, tile, and area rugs? Yes, yes, and yes. Zerorez delivers a deeper clean with no soaps, no residue, and no harsh chemicals. Book today at ZerorezAtlanta.com and use promo code SUMMER to save 26%. Zerorez, it's the right way to clean.
Just call Sweet James at 1-800-9-million. Just call Sweet James, your accident attorneys.
Hurt in a crash? Call the attorneys at Sweet James, 800-9-million and sweetjames.com.
The Scott Antique Markets is back at the Atlanta Expo Center, featuring hundreds of vendors with collectibles and merchandise from all over the world. We're on both sides of I-285 exit 55 on Jonesboro Road. Visit scottantiquemarket.com for more information.
Most families get their financial advice in pieces. A financial advisor here, a CPA there, an estate attorney somewhere else. Everyone means well, but nobody's talking to each other, and those gaps can work against you. Trajan Wealth's family office brings wealth management, tax strategy, and estate planning together, not as separate conversations, but as one coordinated system built around your life, your goals, and the people who matter most. Ours is a true family office, not one that refers you out because it's convenient. This kind of dedicated collaboration used to require a 7-figure net worth, but here's the game changer. Trajan kicked that door open. Trajan advisors are fiduciaries, always obligated, always honored to act in your best interest. Unlock your Trajan family office at TrajanWealth.com or call 1-855-TRAJAN-1. That's 1-855-TRAJAN-1.
Advisory services through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor. Other services through Trajan Estate and Trajan Tax.
Men, if ED or PE is affecting your performance in the bedroom, you don't have to live with it. Priority Men's Medical Center restores men's performance in the bedroom in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE. Even when Viagra and Cialis have failed, men are now lasting longer than ever. Right now, your consultation and first treatment are free. Call Priority Men's Medical Center now at 404-885-8885 or PriorityMen'sMedical.com.
For over 50 years, family-owned and operated Breda Pest Management has believed in doing right by our community. Not just protecting our homes from bugs and critters, but supporting our neighbors, too. It's Scott Slade with my friend Matt Breda of Breda Pest Management. Matt, I'm going to thank you for being so committed to the WSB Care-a-thon benefiting the Aflac Cancer and Blood Disorder Center at Children's Healthcare of Atlanta.
Scott, at Breda, our name is on the line, and so is our commitment to the community, and that includes supporting the WSB Care-a-thon.
Breda has committed to a minimum donation of $20,000 this year.
Let's make an impact together. Breda will donate $100 for every new client who signs up for any of our pest management services now through July 24th.
So make your house a healthy home. Sign up and give back with Breda. Breda Pest Management. They handle bugs and critters. BREDAPest.com.
Breda, Breda, no need to be afraid of bugs. What would you do if I sang out of tune? Would you stand up and walk out on?
9:23 on the Mark Arum Show. An amazing song. Also an amazing TV show theme song. That's the theme song to the Wonder Years. Loved that show. Fred Savage. He played Kevin Arnold on the Wonder Years. He turns 50 today. 50. I know. I'm 2 years older than Kevin Arnold. I thought I'd be, I don't know.
Yeah, because he's always been in that dated piece. I guess I didn't know how old he was.
Similar. Anyway, happy birthday to Fred. I love that show, the Wonder Years. Welcome back to the Mark Arum Show. A reminder, WSB Care-a-thon, weeks away. One of the great incentives we do every year is the Costco VIP Tour. Behind-the-scenes VIP tour with Clark Howard and me at an area Costco. I think Walmart might have been listening because Walmart's kicking off a new VIP tour, Deborah.
Yeah, all kinds of people are surprisingly listening, and I would not be surprised if Walmart kind of ganked this idea from you, right? So Walmart is now offering VIP tours of their stores for the World Cup visitors. If you've been watching any social media online from the foreigners coming in, they're like, this store is huge. It's amazing. Look at the portions of the size that you can get. And it's kind of funny because we just walk down these aisles every day, and the foreigners are just surprised at how much.
Because you go to Europe and you see these small little
more like a bodega almost,
yes.
yeah.
And then you go to like a super Walmart and foreign visitors
a
are
super Walmart too, not just a grocery store.
They're blown away. So I do like this. They might have ganked this idea from us.
I think that they stole the idea. They did.
I've been to Walmarts plenty of times, but I would love a VIP tour of Walmart.
Sure. Well, it's only going to be at one in Florida and the one in New Jersey before or after the game. So unfortunately not doing it here in the Metro unless they're listening and would like to. They're going to have special, you can get stamps in the aisles to say like I went down this aisle, I went down that aisle. They'll have some sampling like they do at Costco as well. And then in the parking lot, they're going to be doing some other things just to be like, I was at Walmart, I was here for World Cup, and just like commemorative things.
I never, until I saw the story, I never would have thought like, oh, that'd be a cool experience. But a VIP Walmart tour
and we go to Walmart all the time, right?
Yeah, a very cool. And Walmart, we announced yesterday, they're going to be slashing their prices. So 2 good Walmart stories back to back. One other story that could save some folks money at the gas pump. I don't think this is down here, but I heard President Trump talking about this yesterday. Freedom fuel stations. What's going on here?
So this is the first I heard about it too. Freedom fuel gas stations, and most of them right now are just in Pennsylvania, particularly around Philadelphia. But they're going to be offering gas station at a below market rate. So right now for Philadelphia, that is $3.47. I don't know what it's right now here in Georgia. It's usually a bit cheaper here in Georgia overall. And they're saying it's $3.47 to honor the 47th president, and it's going to be able to stay a little bit lower. They're going to all around Pennsylvania.
All right. I should check the oil. I mean, this is important. I understand. Again, just calling it a re-escalation is important. I understand. Again, just calling it a re-escalation with Iran right now. Crude oil's down 0.63%. The markets are about to open. Judd's going to be all over it, but pre-market trading, NASDAQ is up almost 300 points. Dow's up 85 points. S&P's up 18. I believe there's some big Korean chip maker thing that is fueling them. Whatever it is, it's good for us. So the markets will open in about 2 minutes. 2 minutes from now, Judd has your news, weather, and traffic. When we come back, we're going live to Salt Lake City, Utah. Nancy Lowe from News Nation. The Tyler Robinson pretrial hearings continue. What has happened so far? The suspected assassin of Charlie Kirk. Live to Utah next on The Mark Arum Show.
Cracks in your walls, sticky windows, musty odors. Your home is telling you it needs help. Visit aquaguard.net today to schedule your free inspection. When it comes to foundations, crawl spaces, and basements, there's only one name to remember.
AquaGuard.
The following is a paid commercial announcement.
Access to affordable credit helps me pay my employees, but I don't really need it.
Inflation is killing me. But who cares? Big retailers are making record profits. That's why we support the Durbin Marshall credit card bill.
See? Banks and credit unions help small businesses make payroll. This bill would cut the vital resources they need,
while increasing megastore profits. They deserve it, don't they?
Tell Congress, stop the Durbin Marshall money grab for corporate megastores.
Paid for by the Electronic Payments Coalition.
Usually when something sounds way too good to be true, it is. Imagine someone says you can cut your mobile bill in half. Sounds like a fantasy, but with Xfinity Mobile, it's the real deal. Hey, it's Mark Arum here. Because when you have Xfinity Internet, you can cut your mobile bill in half. Plus, try Xfinity Mobile free for a year, no commitment. That's a lot of streaming, sharing, scrolling, or whatever else you can do with your phone. All for half the price and none of the commitment. That means you'll save big over Verizon, AT&T, and T-Mobile. That's wild. Now, all you have to do is think about how you'll spend all of that extra moolah. Call 1-800-XFINITY, go to XfinityMobile.com, or visit your local Xfinity store to switch today. Xfinity, imagine that. Restrictions apply. Compare savings of one Xfinity Mobile Select to comparable options from T-Mobile, Verizon, and AT&T. As of March 24th, taxes, fees extra, $30 monthly discount limited to new mobile customers only. After 12 months, regular rates apply.
Live from the Superior Plumbing Studios.
News, weather,
traffic. 95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's News and Talk.
It is 9:30. I'm Judd Hickenbotham. Our top story this half hour, latest in the conflict in the Middle East, as the U.S. and Iran trade overnight strikes for a second straight day. Correspondent Martha Raddatz says it is unclear where negotiations currently stand between the countries.
But what is clear is that this war that the president said would last 4 weeks is now in its 5th month, with strikes resuming, the ceasefire declared dead, no deal on eliminating Iran's nuclear program, and a Iran continuing its threats.
Among those threats, Iran saying the U.S. has not learned that bullying and breaking promises are no longer cost-free, and insists it will decide the future of the Strait of Hormuz. Iran's firing of several vessels in the strait helped lead to this renewal of fighting. It sent U.S. gas prices at least 5 cents higher overnight to $3.84 for a gallon of regular. That's the U.S. average, but Metro Atlanta price up just a penny, remains more than 30 cents below the national mark. It is 81 degrees in Midtown Atlanta. WSB meteorologist Christina Edwards says could see sunshine today and also see some pop-up storms around the metro area this afternoon. The high will get back into the low to mid-90s. Atlanta's most accurate and dependable forecast is coming up. Now, among the local stories be watching closely this morning and throughout the day, local rideshare drivers actually planning a rally this afternoon against the big rollout. All those Waymo taxis we've been seeing and other autonomous cars, they say they've significantly cut into their earnings. That rally set for 4 at historic Old Fourth Ward Park. A new study includes some troubling findings about what younger Americans think about the dangers of opioids.
Recent statistics show fentanyl is involved in 3 out of 4 youth overdose deaths, with it often mixed with other drugs. Yet a new study in JAMA Network Open finds a large number of teenagers are unaware of the dangers. This survey found that more than 50% of 8th graders didn't see a great risk in trying fentanyl once or twice. Even 30% of 12th graders felt the same. Researchers say this new information is important to assess whether additional public awareness efforts are needed. Sabrina Cupid, 95.5 WSB.
Not the best news for retailers. A new survey shows many higher-income parents plan to reduce their back-to-school spending this year.
Less wealthy families are trading down to cheaper products. They actually expect to spend more, but not because they want to. It's mostly due to higher prices. Deloitte says that overall back-to-school spending is expected to slip to $557 per child, down from $570 last year.
Bloomberg's Gina Cervetti says about 70% of parents polled plan to seek out summer promotions when shopping for their kids. And how long is too long for a movie these days? A little bit different. A new Talker research poll shows adults prefer a film to be about 88 minutes long. Survey results vary by age, though. Gen Z viewers preferring an 82-minute movie. Boomers can be patient for 93 total minutes. And some of the top box office movies are much longer than that. Toy Story 5, 102 minutes long, and really going to be put to the test later on this month. When The Odyssey comes out, audiences will be expected to sit through 172 minutes of that movie. Much anticipated, The Odyssey. It is 9:33 as we check your money. Mixed bag on Wall Street, as Mark was saying. The Dow opening down about 50 points, S&P slightly up, and the NASDAQ is up about 30 points at the moment. Now, live team coverage of traffic and weather. Start the WSB 24-hour traffic center and Smiling Mark McKay.
Gridlock alert between Ackworth, Kennesaw, and Marietta. Judd I-75 southbound is not good, leaving Highway 92. That's where the jam begins. Highway 41 Cobb Parkway is feeling the heat, and the express lanes also filled up, leaving Ackworth through Kennesaw down to a crash that's in the through lanes. Now one left lane is blocked, but they had 3 of them knocked out for a while just before Highway 5, Canton Road, exit 267. That's also slowed the through lanes back through 575 out of Kennesaw at Chastain Road. Crash rolling out of Midtown into northwest Atlanta. Watch for it. HOV lane is knocked out. Right shoulder 75 northbound West Paces Ferry Road, exit 255. Still leftover slow traffic on I-85 working out of Highway 316 into Duluth, and the connector northbound still feeling the pain from University Avenue up to Midtown. From the Line Security Systems Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic 95.5 WSB.
I'm WSB meteorologist Christina Upwards. Partly cloudy skies with a few pop-up storms later on this afternoon. Otherwise hot and muggy. High 93. Lows tonight in the mid-70s.
82 degrees in Snellville, 80 in Villa Rica, 82 in Midtown Atlanta at 9:34. More news at 10. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Judd Hickenbotham, 95.5 WSB.
You can count on it.
You can try and plan for it.
But sometimes it gets the best of you.
Multiple left lanes blocked, quickly impacting you as you leave the airport.
When it stops you from getting where you need to be.
Atlanta's most trusted traffic team gets you there.
Now we've got our second crash of the morning on I-85.
The most up-to-date traffic reports from Atlanta's most trusted traffic team.
Only a right lane open.
Every time you listen. Triple Team Traffic.
95.5 WSB. How Atlanta gets there.
I know that some will think it's an admission of guilt, and it most certainly is not. We're not doing it because of the allegations. We're doing it because of the structures that are being taken away
It's
from us.
official. Graham Plantner is out of the Maine Senate race. Still to come. We'll go to Maine for the latest. But next, live to Utah on the Taylor Robinson trial, 2 minutes away on the Mark Arum Show.
The idea of new floors sounds exciting. Until you think about the mess, the moving, and your home being turned upside down. Don't worry about it. Peach State Hardwood takes all the stress and mess out of the process. With clear, upfront pricing, delivery and installation by their in-house team, even moving and protecting your furniture. And when it's all done, your home is left spotless. No stress, no surprises, just a home that feels brand new. Schedule your free in-home consultation today at peachstatehardwood.com. Peach State Hardwood. Hardwood without the hassle.
This is Scott Slade, and if your air conditioning is having trouble keeping you comfortable this summer, I have good news. Ragsdale Heating and Air is here to keep you and your family cool and save you money. Right now, you can get up to $1,700 off when you carry your home comfort system, and that'll include Ragsdale's own exclusive 15-year parts and labor warranty. And don't forget, Ragsdale is your go-to team for plumbing, electrical, and insulation, too. Schedule your visit online at ragsdaleair.com or call them. With over 13,000 five-star reviews, Ragsdale is the name I know you can trust.
Cancer. One small cell can change everything. Beating it takes something big. Northside Hospital Cancer Institute is built for it. Built for breakthroughs, pioneering clinical research, treatment, and surgical innovation. With the most cancer centers and board-certified oncologists in Georgia. We're built around you, with personalized care from screening through survival. Northside Hospital Cancer Institute, built to beat cancer.
Think you have time after a car wreck? You don't. Every hour matters. Evidence disappears. Eyewitnesses forget. And insurance companies move quickly. Wait too long and you could lose your case before it even starts.
Call me now. With decades of experience handling cases like yours, we move fast. Track every lead, uncover every detail, and stay one step ahead of whatever the insurance company throws at you.
Get the strong arm. Call attorney John Foy and Associates today.
Every now and then. 9:37 on the Mark Arum Show, mourning the passing of the amazingly talented Bonnie Tyler. This is the portion of the song, Deborah, I'd start walking across the gym in middle school.
Spotlight on the one girl.
To ask Paula Peters to dance. Welcome back to the Mark Arum Show. We'll mix in some Bonnie Tyler songs throughout the broadcast here. Coming up in 30 minutes, we're going to go to London, check in with Bloomberg News, the latest on the re-escalation in Iran. And really excited, 11:05, actor Michael Kelly's going to join us. New season of Lioness, just had that Jack Ryan movie come out. Always excited to talk to Michael Kelly. Right now, though, we go live to Utah. Joining us live from News Nation, our buddy Nancy Liu. Nancy, good morning. Thanks so much for your time.
Good morning. Thanks for having me. And I can't tell you how much anticipation there is here at the courthouse today.
Is this the third or fourth day of pretrial testimony?
This is day 4, and it's supposed to end tomorrow. And we're getting quite a crescendo here because this morning we are supposed to hear the recorded interview with Lance Twiggs. He is, of course, the former roommate and lover of Tyler Robinson. And this is happening after so much debate in court yesterday, which was day 3. Both sides really argued for and against the release of this audio recording. It's actually audio and video, but I believe we're only going to hear the audio portion. And the judge was so patient in listening to these seriously hours of arguments. And in the end, the judge ruled to allow it, but he ruled that there will be over 15 minutes of redaction from that recording. So we are just waiting. People spent the night here trying to get the public seats inside because this will be the first time we hear the voice of Lance Twiggs.
So Lance Twiggs, the roommate of the suspect Tyler Robinson in the Charlie Kirk assassination. This interview conducted by authorities, was this the day after the Kirk assassination? Do we know when this interview took place?
This interview took place September 11th of last year, the day after. But we also hear that there was another interview with Lance Twiggs in April, and this was all in exchange for immunity. As you know, he was granted limited immunity. I want to mention also that, throughout all this argument and stuff, Erica Kirk, she was really emotional in court. She was weeping, and that right after that, the Kirk family attorney got up to argue for the full release of the recording. And his name is Jeff Neiman. He's representing the Kirk family here in court. He argued for full transparency. As you know, there are all kinds of conspiracy theories out there. So he says, without a full release, this is just going to create more doubt and distrust in the judicial system. So he, on behalf of the family, asked, to please release the full audio recording before the judge makes his ultimate a potential future jury pool, and this harms Tyler Robinson's right to a fair trial. So they've continually argued that against all, most of the evidence, not just this recording, but also the text messages, the handwritten letter, which we expect is going to be introduced either today or tomorrow. And this is going to be a sprint in the next 2 days because we've got more witnesses, more evidence. So the judge has said, he wants this to end tomorrow. He wants to make a decision tomorrow. So this is going to be a good sprint in the next 2 days.
Is there a reason to get all this evidence out in these preliminary hearings, and as opposed to keeping your powder dry, if you will, for the actual trial? I mean, isn't there enough information and evidence to get this to trial without having to do the full video audio interview?
Yes, there is, but the judge, for the sake of transparency, wants to allow in fairness people to be able to consider what he is considering, but he's making clear that he is considering far more evidence than the public is able to see. And I want to just quote him. He said he is balancing competing rules, constitutional rights, as well as transparency. And he admitted this is an imperfect balancing act, but he is trying in the interest of justice in making this balancing act for transparency to actually be transparent.
I think it was
quite an act for the judge.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot getting thrown out before the trial even started. I think it was a day or two ago, Nancy, where the judge kind of chastised the prosecution for submitting into evidence what was dubbed altered video of the actual assassination. What happened there with that video?
Yeah, the prosecution had zoomed in on particular campus surveillance video because you could see someone on the rooftop. So they put a circle around that person and to highlight that portion of the video. And it's really so the viewer could more easily make out what's in the video. But the judge did rule against allowing that, but he did allow the video. So so anyone can still zoom in and see it for themselves, but he didn't want that doctored version of the video to be in.
Nancy Liu from News Nation joining us live in Utah here on the Mark Arum Show. I opined the other day, Tyler Robinson, the suspect, his attorney, does he have a high-profile defense attorney, or is he dealing with a public defender at this point?
No, he's got two very capable attorneys, and they've been really aggressive in pushing back. And also, he's very active in listening and questioning and, asking questions to his attorneys. And at times, the attorneys have turned to him and say, do you have any questions before, this witness gets off the stand? What will be interesting this morning is his reaction to the audio recording when this is played in court. We don't know, has he heard it? Has he, how will he react? His Lance Twiggs, he referred to as Luna. So they had a very romantic relationship. It'll be quite interesting to see his reaction today.
Was there some DNA evidence introduced?
Yes. The towel and the screwdriver. The screwdriver was found on the rooftop near that sniper perch. And the towel was found wrapped around the rifle. And we did learn from testimony that the DNA of Tyler Robinson and Lance Twiggs were on both of those items, but the stronger sample was Tyler Robinson.
Interesting. Nancy, it's tough to judge right now, but I would imagine we're asking the question here in Atlanta. Do you think there's a possibility that there'll be a plea deal in this case and it won't go to trial?
There's talk outside of court about that. And, many attorneys have pointed out that, Tyler Robinson and his team probably would want a plea deal if the death penalty was off the table. And the attorney's office has been very clear. This is a death penalty case. If there's a conviction, they will seek the death penalty. But because it's on the table, they're not going to try and seek a deal with death there still. So we'll see what happens after the judge makes his ruling tomorrow, but many legal experts have said, listening in on this hearing, that that threshold has been met, probable cause to warrant a trial.
Yeah. Final quick question for you, Nancy. If this does go to trial, we're still going to have cameras and microphones in the courtroom?
That remains to be seen. I mean, there has to be a decision first about a trial, and surely the defense will argue against allowing, just like for this hearing, they argued against, again, for the sake of possibly tainting a future jury pool. So, I mean, for the hearing, but they worry about a fair trial. So, they'll more than likely, if there is a trial, argue against allowing cameras.
Selfishly, I want cameras and microphones in that courtroom, obviously. Absolutely. Nancy, fantastic stuff. Really appreciate your time and a big story you're covering out there in Utah for us.
Absolutely. And we're going again tomorrow.
Indeed.
So thanks for having me.
Of course, always. Nancy Liu, News Nation. Big trial. There's so many. I don't even want to get down the rabbit hole. Did you even get on social media yesterday with Candace Owens and Ben Shapiro? And
I just look at the clips. I can't watch the whole thing. I just look at the clips.
Yeah, I don't want to get that. Let's just let the court do what the courts do. All right, we'll come back, update our top local stories at 9:48. We must check the ride around town. Live to Atlanta's only 24-hour traffic center, Smiling Mark McKay.
All right, Mark, our friends stuck on I-75 at Ackworth. There will be relief, although it is difficult leaving Highway 92, exit 277, trying to get past Kennesaw State University. You'll still see police in Marietta working on the left shoulder. All lanes are open, though. Crash I-75 southbound at Highway 5, exit 267. The reason for those lingering I-75 and 575 delays. Fire department's now been dispatched to this crash I see on the jam cam. Watch out. HOV lane is knocked out. So is part of the right lane. 75 northbound at West Paces Ferry Road, exit 255. The ride into the city out of Buckhead and Brookhaven still a bit slow. 85 and 400. Connector northbound struggling from 166 Langford Parkway up to I-20. This report sponsored by Whole Foods Market. Save on premium seafood at Whole Foods Market. Get 20% off sustainable, wild-caught, fresh Alaska sockeye salmon fillets with Prime through July 21st while supplies last. Shop in-store, online. Terms apply. From the Loud Security System Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic 95.5 WSB.
It's a worthwhile cause right here in our own city.
For 26 years now, WSB has teamed up with Children's Healthcare of Atlanta to find cures for childhood cancers and blood disorders.
All of us at WSB team up to benefit the kids.
Join us again for 2 days of magic.
Thursday and Friday, July 23rd and 24th.
You can make miracles happen. Won't you please help?
More information in the WSB Radio app.
Or online at WSBradio.com.
Welcome to Window Wisdom with NG Windows. Today we're talking with the owners and window experts, Ted Kirk and Jonathan Cullum. Ted. Trust, communication, and working with a team you can count on. This is every homeowner's wish list. What do your customers say about working with you at NG Windows?
We know replacing your windows can feel stressful, and we want to make it simple. A lot of people talk about how smooth the whole process feels. One homeowner shared every step of the way they answered questions and followed up. That's the kind of communication that makes a big difference in your project and makes it much more manageable.
Jonathan, I like that NG Windows has video testimonials on your website from real customers.
Seeing and hearing real homeowners describe their experience from the first consultation to installation gives a much clearer picture than just a list of products. It helps people know what to expect and feel confident about their own project.
Ted, details are important to any project. Tell me how your team handles those.
People notice the little things, like installers being on time, keeping the job site clean, and treating the home with respect. One customer wrote, "The team was courteous and professional from start to finish. That's the kind of attention that makes the whole experience stress-free."
Jonathan, NG Windows has outstanding reviews. It's worth reading those before starting a window or door project, right?
Reviews give you insight straight from other homeowners. You hear what worked well, how the team handled questions, and what made them happy, and that helps you make a confident decision. Please go read our reviews and learn why so many customers have enjoyed working with NG Windows.
And right now at NG Windows, it's a savings celebration, the biggest sale of the year. You'll save 24% off your project, plus 12 months, no interest, no payments. Hurry, this sale is huge but won't last long. Offers end 7/31/26. Visit the website for all the details at ngwindows.com.
Infinity by Marvin from NG Windows, yeah!
Joint pain, awful when you're the person who's fighting through it. But I'm betting you aren't the only ones affected by it. Maybe you love someone who struggles with joint pain and you see it. You see what they don't say, what they've slowly stopped doing. It's July. The days are long. The light hangs around. It's time to be outside, moving, playing, living, and you're sitting it out. Hey, it's Mark Arum here. Let's talk about getting that life back. Because at QC Kinetics, that's what's happening every day. People who are stuck in that cycle of pain in their hips, knees, shoulders, and back, they're finally stepping out of it with regenerative treatments done right there in their office. No surgery, long recovery, or putting life on hold. Just real relief. The inflammation eases and the pain lets go. We hear it all the time, not just from patients, from people around them. He's back. She's herself again. So if this sounds like you or someone you love, go find out what's possible. QC Kinetics offers a free consultation to see if you're a candidate. Call 770-285-8026. 770-285-8026. That's 770-285-8026.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter. Veterans and active duty service members, when your call to service ends, your mission doesn't have to. Go from GI to IT in just a few months at My Computer Career. Prepare for a high-demand career in cybersecurity, protecting people, systems, and institutions from real cyber threats. Cyber warriors are needed now. Will you answer the call? Go to mycomputercareer.edu/CWP to learn more. That's mycomputercareer.edu/CWP, an elite CompTIA certification partner. VA education benefits are available to those who qualify.
I must have drank me about 15 Dr. Peppers.
Congratulations. How do you feel? I gotta pay.
That's Tom Hanks in Forrest Gump. Mr. Hanks turns 70 years old today. 70. Happy birthday to Tom Hanks. I'm not going to say I met Tom Hanks, Deborah, but I was from me to you away from him once.
Oh, exciting.
Yeah, so I'm in the traffic center doing TV traffic, and Tom Hanks was being escorted by Heather Catlin to the Live Lounge for an interview. I had no idea. It was hush-hush, top secret, and I'm there just doing my traffic report, and Tom Hanks walks by the traffic center. I'm like, what in the holy hell? So I never really met him. But
that's cool, though, that you were that close to him. Yeah,
we were.
You should have talked to him about Toy Story.
No, I never saw it. What's your favorite Tom Hanks movie? I know default is Forrest Gump.
It's hard not to say Toy Story.
Really?
I do love the Burbs.
Is it that good?
Finny, is Toy Story that good? Yes. Yeah, Toy Story is amazing. I do love the Burbs. The Burbs is fantastic.
Again, not what I would have picked. What's your favorite movie. Tom Hanks movie, Vin?
The only one I can think of is Toy Story.
Really? Forrest Gump?
I mean, I was going to say
Saving
Gump.
Private Ryan?
Joe versus the volcano.
I don't think I saw Private Ryan.
Deborah's doing B-sides here.
Castaway.
Castaway, yeah.
I think Castaway is his best movie. I really like, but I think my favorite movie is The Bachelor Party, which was before he blew up.
Yeah.
Great comedy.
Big
was really good. Philadelphia.
Oh, with the piano.
Yes.
Yeah, I
that's
like
big.
that one.
With the piano. So, wow, all right. I guess I got to see if you guys both defaulted to Toy Story as his best movie.
Toy Story is a great series. I can't believe you've never seen
Why
any
you think
of
they're
them.
getting another movie?
Yeah, why do you think they keep making them?
I don't know. All right. I guess I'll watch it. I just started watching a new British cop crime drama.
Oh, which one?
Department Q, something.
I think I saw that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, happy 70th birthday to Tom Hanks. Band of Brothers. He was the executive producer in that.
Bosom Buddies.
Bosom Buddies, the TV show. Yeah, he's 70. What? And there's some people that don't like Tom Hanks. How can you not like Tom
Probably
Hanks?
because he's that good. You know, when someone's that good, they just have hate for them.
He has had some clunkers in recent years.
You have to. I think you have to have some bad stuff to make good stuff.
Yeah, Bachelor Party. That's my favorite Tom Hanks. I'm going to go Castaway. There's like an hour in that movie where there's no dialogue. That's a tough thing to do as an actor.
Yeah. Wilson.
Yeah, that was a good movie. All right, happy birthday to Tom Hanks. All right, Sabrina's got your news, weather, and traffic in 3. I'll let her update the markets for you. They should be green though. They've been up. We're going to continue to monitor what's going on with the re-escalation in Iran. Still to come, we're going to go to Maine and get the latest on Graham Plattner. Finally dropped out of that Maine Senate race. Who will replace him? We'll go to Maine for that. But when we come back, continue our team coverage of the Iran situation. We're going to go live to London, England. Bloomberg News joins us with the latest there. Social media is active through the broadcast at Mark Airman at WSB Radio.
WSB Atlanta, WSB BFM, and HD1 Doraville. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
Every day, builders like you work hard to build the homes and businesses our communities depend on. So rely on the workers' compensation experts at Builders Insurance, protecting the people behind every job site. Visit BLDRS.com.
I'm here with Chris Hoffman, the founder of Hoffman Financial Group and host of Money Unleashed. Chris, every week on the show, we offer folks something we call the Portfolio X-Ray. I was hoping you could walk us through that process and tell us why the information it uncovers is so powerful.
Yeah, so the reason we love doing the Portfolio X-Ray for you is we do that behind the scenes. Everybody's extremely busy. Nobody wants to waste time in traffic. If you call in, we will ask you for some information via the phone. Once you've given us that information, we go to work and we put all the hours in developing the report. And I commit this to you. The Portfolio X-Ray is eye-opening. At least 90+% of the time, we can find 2 or 3 golden nuggets in there that you were not aware of that we can either change in your current portfolio mix for you. It's called a 401k optimizer. Or if we manage the assets for you, we certainly can recommend how to diversify away from some of the troubling points that are exposed during the Portfolio X-Ray. Once we've got that, then we'll have you in for your initial consultation. We will present the Portfolio X-Ray to you and walk you through the high points of it. And that's a document that you get to take with you. It's like getting a financial physical. Mm-hmm. So how many of you avoided going to the doctor for the annual physical last year? You do the same thing with your financial life. You ignore it. You keep pumping money into your 401k. You hope that it's going well, and I can tell you that hope is not a good investment or financial planning strategy. You need to know. So if you want to know, call us.
The Portfolio X-Ray is complimentary. Give Hoffman Financial Group a call to schedule yours today. 404-737-3858, 404-737-3858, or online at unleashyourmoney.com. Investment advisory services offered through Brookstone Wealth Advisors, a registered investment advisor. Insurance and annuities offered through Hoffman Financial Group Incorporated, Georgia Insurance License number 163546.
news,
weather,
traffic.
95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
Good morning. It is 10 o'clock. I'm Sabrina Cupid. This news sponsored by TE Certified Electrical Plumbing, Heating, and Air. We're going to start with the latest on the conflict in the Middle East. The U.S. and Iran are again exchanging fire after President Trump said that the ceasefire is over. The U.S. launched a second round of military strikes against Iran last night, with Trump saying that they were retribution for Iran firing on the 3 cargo ships in the Strait of Hormuz. Iran then launching missile attacks against Gulf nations that host U.S. military forces. But there are no reports of injuries or significant damage. And with the president saying the ceasefire agreement with Iran is over, many are wondering what this means for gas prices if the Strait of Hormuz gets caught in the middle again. Rebecca Jarvis following that.
In the last 24 hours, Kepler tells ABC News it has seen 25 ships cross. Now, that is lower than what we've seen in previous days, which were more like about 40. Even a limited disruption here in the Strait can have an outsized impact on the pricing, on freight costs, and on the market price for oil.
Be sure and stay with us for continuing live team coverage of the conflict in the Middle East right here on 95.5 WSB and on the WSB radio app. Breaking new developments when they happen. Your weather for today, a mix of sun and clouds, pop-up storms in the afternoon and through the evening hours, says WSB meteorologist Christina Edwards. Your afternoon high right there around 93. She'll have Atlanta's most accurate and dependable forecast straight ahead. Well, local rideshare drivers are planning a rally this afternoon against the big rollout of all of those Waymo taxis and other autonomous cars. They say that they're significantly cutting into their earnings. That rally set for 4 o'clock this afternoon at historic Old Fourth Ward Park. And a survey by the International Foundation of Employee Benefit Plans finds that most employers are still saying no when it comes to covering the cost of those GLP-1 drugs for weight loss. That's despite Medicare's decision to do so. And as GLP-1 continues to enter the market, 36% of employers say that they cover the cost of the medications for both diabetes and weight loss, and 60% just for diabetes. And that's even though a number of studies show that these drugs, when used for weight loss, can lessen and in some cases alleviate medical conditions, which lowers the overall cost of coverage. Discussions on data center development draws hundreds of residents to Marietta City Hall, with most opposed to plans for a facility near I-75.
That proposal calls for converting an existing storage facility into an 18-megawatt data center. But most speakers addressing council members say they don't want this kind of development in Marietta. Questions about environmental impacts and other concerns have prompted many local governments to pause their development to do more review and adjust zoning policies. Now the Marietta City Council is doing exactly that. The Powers Ferry Place project was tabled until their August meeting, and members also voted on a moratorium on any new applications until at least December 31st. Graham Kill, 95.5 WSB.
All right, new this morning, fewer Americans than expected found themselves applying for first-time unemployment benefits last week. The Labor Department saying it received 215,000 initial filings in the week ending July 4th. That's 2,000 less than the week before. Most analysts thought today's number would come in at right around 218,000. As we take a look at your money in the markets, the Dow is in positive territory. The same is true for NASDAQ and the S&P. They're all in the green. All right, let's get a check of your roads. For that, we turn to Smiling Mark McKay. And Mark, are the drivers smiling today?
You know, there are some, but others are pretty angry, especially trying to get through downtown Atlanta. If they have an appointment here at 10 o'clock, they're running late, Sabrina, because the connector northbound is all jammed up. 166 Langford Parkway, late delays up to where a crash. Traffic director Travis told me so was working in the through lanes, the express lane there on I-75, 85 northbound, just above I-20. Right lane crash in northwest Atlanta, I-75 northbound, West Spaces Ferry Road, exit 255. Just give yourself a couple of extra minutes to get through there. Still seeing the effects from a crash that had 3 left lanes knocked out earlier this morning on I-75 southbound at the Canton Road connector, exit 269. The delays out of Kennesaw remain on 75 back toward Kennesaw State University, and 575 still a rough go of it southbound past Chastain Road. From the Loud Security Systems Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic 95.5 WSB.
I'm WSB meteorologist Christina Edwards. Partly cloudy, hot and humid today, high 93. Few pop-up showers and thunderstorms for the ride home this evening, then muggy for tonight, lows in the mid-70s. Tomorrow, a mix of sun and clouds, heating up to a high of 94 before pop-up storms develop through the afternoon. Scattered rain showers and thunderstorms linger for this weekend.
It's 83 degrees right now in Jonesboro and Jefferson. Johns Creek, you have 82 degrees. We'll have more news at 10:30. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Sabrina Cupid, 95.5 WSB.
Welcome back to the show, and a good Thursday morning to you. Mark Arum here, you there. It's 10:05, 5 minutes after 10 o'clock. This is the Mark Arum Show, live Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to noon on 95.5 WSB. The whole gang with us today. Gracie Award-winning Deborah is executive producer of the program. We got Darius manning the phones, and, of course, down south, Vinny on the other side of the takeout window. Just a couple minutes, we're going to go up to Maine, get the very latest there in the Senate race. Graham Plattner finally dropped out of the race. We'll see who the Dems replace him to take on Susan Collins in that very important Senate seat. 1 hour from now, really excited, famed actor Michael Kelly from Lioness and Jack Ryan and so many amazing things. He's going to join us live coming up in 1 hour. In the meantime, we continue our team coverage with what I've been calling a re-escalation of the situation with Iran. Joining us live from Bloomberg News in London, John Boker. John, good morning. Thanks so much for your time.
Good morning.
This is, we had the big NATO summit there, and in that summit, we saw escalation, a couple of attacks in tankers in the Strait of Hormuz. The United States responded militarily not once, but twice. What's the current state of the situation in the Gulf region?
Very tense, I think. There, as you've just said, there have been two full nights of attacks by the U.S. They say this is in response to the various kind of attacks on ships in Hormuz that they've blamed on Iran. Iran has in turn attacked various Gulf countries, and just like in the sort of initial phases of the war, Kuwait, Bahrain, Jordan has reported some missiles as well. So, and meanwhile, shipping through Hormuz has more or less stopped. So you're sort of looking at a very similar situation to what we had way back in the sort of March, April time, albeit perhaps not on that scale.
I've been dubbing it this morning a re-escalation, but how close are we to a full resumption of this conflict?
Well, President Trump was asked that on Air Force One on his way back from Turkey, and he said, I don't know. And he said that, if there was a war, they would win easily. But, of course, we have heard that kind of sentiment before. I always say, because we often deal in Middle East news with ceasefires that don't really look that much like ceasefires, I think sometimes it's best not to focus so much on the label. Is it war? Is it ceasefire? Just look at what's happening on the ground and or in the air in this case. What's happening is basically a return to fighting, Hormuz shut, and a whole bunch of issues which the U.S. and Iran are supposed to be discussing to reach an agreement, making no progress whatsoever.
I'm sorry, John. I was dubious for the memorandum of understanding. To me, it put a lot of faith up front on the Iran regime to do some things that they promised to get this 60-day memorandum of understanding. I'm not saying that the memorandum of understanding is completely kaput right now, but are you surprised that this deal hasn't held like many thought it would?
I'm not sure I would use the word surprised. I think that when the agreement was signed, it always looked like this was going to be a huge mountain to climb, because there are a number of issues. We've got control over Hormuz. You've got these issues of frozen funds that Iran wants, and on the top of all that is Iran's nuclear program, which, was the reasons for going to war in the first place. And we haven't got anywhere near getting anywhere with those issues. There's still 6-7 weeks of this period technically to go. So, who knows? Maybe there'll be some further developments.
Yeah, we certainly hope that, peace resumes at some point and things get back to normal in the Strait of Hormuz, because we saw oil. I don't have to tell you, oil prices dropped precipitously from the height. We were well over $100 a barrel. It was down under 70. Some of that uncertainty has crept oil back up to the $75 a barrel. One of my hypotheses in this re-escalation, John, is when it comes to strikes by the U.S. military, we know it's President Trump and the Secretary Pete Hegseth, right? They call the shots, they pull the punches. But when it comes to Iran's military, you have this new regime, But then you also have the IRGC. You have these Iranian proxies. Like, there's a number of potential candidates to launch these military attacks. It doesn't necessarily have to come from the supreme leader.
No, and there is a parallel war between Israel and Lebanon, which is still very much in as of a kind of an active conflict. Let's not forget about that front of the war as well.
Indeed. Bloomberg's John Boker in London. John, really real quick, I'm assuming England. You're rooting for England in the World Cup?
I was actually born in Scotland, so I'm a little one step removed. But my wife's English, so obviously I get behind the team.
Well, are we all rooting for Morocco today, though, to beat France?
I think the French are great to watch, so I always kind of want them to go further.
All right, you're a true reporter. I love it. Just staying in the middle of the road. John, appreciate your time, my friend.
Thanks very much.
There you go. So England plays tomorrow, Deborah?
England and Norway play tomorrow. France, Morocco today.
That England-Norway game is going to be really good, right?
I'm all Norway on that one.
Yeah, that's with Hogland. Is he
Holland?
Whatever,
yeah.
That guy, the blonde Viking dude.
Yes, the Viking guy. Yeah.
All right, so Morocco and France today at 4.
Yeah.
Morocco, huge underdog, which means
They are
I'm rooting
huge
for
underdogs.
Where's
yeah.
that match being played?
Oh, I don't know.
Boston? Is that a Boston?
I don't know. If they're not in Atlanta, I don't know where they're at. Yeah.
You don't really care. All right, let's update Graham Plattner. Finally, he announced yesterday that he is suspending his campaign and will withdraw from the ballot in the Maine Senate race, one of the most closely watched in the country as Democrats seek to take back control of Congress. Here's Plattner in a video statement.
We are going to lose our ability to fundraise. We are going to lose our ability to access voter data. We are going to lose all of the things that any campaign needs on the basic level simply to function.
All right, so Deborah, we thought it was going to happen 2 days ago. It finally happened yesterday. Let's go to Maine. CNN's Arlette Saenz this morning on the Plattner withdrawal.
Maine Democrats now have just 18 days to select a new Democratic nominee for Senate, really setting up this massive scramble as they try to course correct in this campaign for the midterm elections. Now, the Maine Democratic Party yesterday did approve a plan to hold a nominating convention to select that replacement for Graham Plattner after he bowed out of the race. We are still waiting to learn more details about how exactly that will play out and when that convention will take place. But it really throws a lot of this Senate race up in the air at this moment. And it comes as we have heard a number of Maine Democrats already express interest or enter this race. Nirav Shah this morning became the latest Democratic candidate to enter the Senate race. He is someone who ran back in the governor's race in June. He actually came in first in the first vote tallies, but then came in second once ranked choice voting came into play. There are two other Maine Democrats who also ran for governor to keep an eye on in the coming weeks. That includes Troy Jackson, someone who has already announced his candidacy. He is backed by Our Revolution, a group that is aligned with Bernie Sanders. And then there is the state Secretary of State, Shenna Bellows, who ran against Susan Collins in the past and lost. She potentially could enter this race as well. There is Dan Kleban, who owns a local brewery, who yesterday said that he is entering this race. And another person to keep an eye on is State Representative Valley Geiger. She actually spoke with Graham Plattner this week, and he encouraged her to consider running if he steps aside. But really, we've talked to so many Maine voters over the course of the past 2 days who have been very disappointed with how this entire situation has played out. Talked to people who are frustrated that there wasn't more vetting done of Graham Plattner before he entered this race. And there is some underlying anxiety among Democrats here in Maine about how this replacement process will play out. We've spoken to many who are concerned, pointing back to what happened in 2024 when Joe Biden dropped out of this race and rallied immediately behind Vice President Kamala Harris, ultimately proving to be unsuccessful in the campaign. Democrats are now operating with a very short window. We talked to a lot of voters who said that they feel that whoever does replace Plattner should have the same type of ability to tap into some energy within the state as that he did was very popular in the Democratic primary here, but there's still a lot up in the air around this race and whether Democrats have enough time to mount a viable candidate to take on Susan Collins.
Arlette Signs in Maine this morning. So Plattner's out. And apparently she ran down a list of possible candidates, Deborah. I've never heard of any of them, but I did not hear Stephen King or Martha Stewart's name on there. So it's, there's a guy that owns a brewery. But what I like, and this is just like the political nerd, history nerd that I'm going to enjoy if they actually do like this state convention where the Democratic Party gets together and, I don't know, in some arena. And they I like that, democracy in progress, like what the Democrats didn't do when Biden dropped out and they just anointed Kamala Harris, which in hindsight was, come on, that was not the best course of action. But I'm actually curious to see if they do like have a state convention of the Democratic Party and you have multiple votes and like, here's the brewery guy and here's the, I think that'd be cool to watch, like a little piece of history to watch there. But yeah, the time is ticking. I think July 19th is the deadline to get someone in there in Maine. In the meantime, Susan Collins is just sitting on the sidelines, whistling Dixie going, this is great. This is fantastic. All right, let's play an episode of Dumb Criminal or Smart Criminal, Deborah. This is a local story, right? This is a local criminal?
Yep, this is local here.
All right, what exactly went down before I make my judgment?
All right, so a woman from Decatur is facing about 75 years in prison after stealing hundreds of thousands of dollars from TJ Maxx, Marshall's, Home Goods, those line of stores.
What? How much?
Hundreds of thousands. It doesn't give me an exact number.
How much merchandise is it? I mean, and I'm a Maxxinista. I love
you
TJ
can get all
Maxx and
kinds of
Marshall's.
stuff at a TJ Maxx.
Yeah, but that whole store is worth $100
Well, it's also
grand.
Marshall's and Home Goods. So
Oh,
all
Goods.
three of
I
them
don't
in
know
Home
much about
Goods.
Home Goods. Okay.
Oh, I got great stuff
Okay.
at Home Goods. All right, so this woman who's actually got a couple different names here, but she's from Decatur. What she would do is she'd go in and she'd buy things like Home Goods, rugs, things like that.
Okay.
And then she would immediately return them for the money. She'd hold on to that receipt, steal rugs from other stores, take rugs,
the
maybe
old
buy them
receipt.
from cheaper stores, and then return them at more expensive prices for either store credit or back on your card. Like normally they'll just say, oh, it automatically goes back on your card. And she did it for years at multiple
That's
stores.
a long game. Okay, yeah.
Here in Georgia and in Florida. And it wasn't just her, it was some of her, I guess they're their friends.
posse.
Yeah, her posse that would do this. And it's been going on. And they finally were able to track her down, saying this one credit card seems to be getting a lot of returns. They looked at store footage. They were able to track her down, and that's how they caught her.
So, all right. So that's going to make my determination whether or not this is a smart criminal or... It was. I mean, they got away with it for years, but you got to rotate the credit card.
Yeah, it's the credit card.
Yeah, you can't keep using Vinny's Discover card to get the refunds on there. That receipt scam has been going on for a long time. You see the Garden State, that movie Garden State?
Oh, yeah.
I love that movie. And the guy that had a scam, like whatever hardware store, if you returned an item for like $50 or less, you didn't need a receipt. So he would just walk up, pick an item for $40. Oh, it was knives. He picked up a box of knives that was like $42. And he brought it, he just picked it off the shelf, went straight to the return counter. He's like, I'm returning these. And no receipt. And the lady's like, why are you returning them? And she's like, they couldn't cut cans. And she's like, what are you talking? In the commercial, they said they could cut cans. These couldn't cut cans. And she's like, well, do you want to replace? And she's like, no, I just want. And they would give him $42 or whatever.
Wow.
Yeah. That's a great movie, by the way. Garden State. Check it out with an even better soundtrack. All right, yeah. Dumb Criminal. You were getting away with it for years, but you got to mix in a new credit card once in a while. 10:18 on the Mark Arum Show. Checking the ride around town live with the latest smiling Mark McKay.
Breakdown in Brookhaven. Mark, we have another jam cam. Left center lane knocked out. Watch for it 85 southbound, south of Claremont Road, exit 91. Still difficult on the northbound side of the connector due to a crash that's been working in the HOV Express lane. 75-85 northbound, north of I-20. Thinning out the ride out of the northwest, 75-575 into Marietta. Crash right lane out of northwest Atlanta. 75 northbound at West Paces Ferry Road, exit 255. This report sponsored by Ameris Bank. Ameris Bank is a dedicated advocate for you, proudly by your side on your financial journey. Learn more at amerisbank.com. Ameris Bank, fiercely yours, member FDIC, equal housing lender. From the Loud Security Systems Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic 95.5 WSB.
It's the 26th annual WSB Radio Carathon,
July 23rd and 24th.
All of us at WSB team up to benefit the kids at the Aflac Cancer and Blood Disorders Center at Children's.
Won't you please help?
Donate online today at WSBradio.com/carathon.
Thank you for your support of Children's Healthcare of Atlanta.
Waiting for the right time to replace those drafty, rotting old windows? Now's the time. NG Windows is having their biggest sale of the year. Save 24% off, plus up to 12 months, no interest, no payments. Upgrade to beautiful Infinity by Marvin fiberglass windows now and save 24% off. Hurry, sale ends July 31st. Window and door shopping made simple.
Infinity by Marvin from NG Windows, yeah!
I'm here with Chris Hoffman, the founder of Hoffman Financial Group and host of Money Unleashed, right here on 95.5 WSB. Chris, financial study after financial study keeps showing us a troubling trend. Many Americans believe they could work and work and work with no end in sight and still not have enough saved to retire comfortably. And that's the key word here. So how do we retire comfortably?
One of the things I think everybody listening should focus on is pick a retirement date. If you're in a traditional job and it's not your passion and you don't own the company, pick a retirement date. Do you want to retire at 62? Do you want to retire at 65? Pick that date, meet with us, and let's go get it. And we will map it out, but give us a target to hit. My expectation is if you came in and we broke all of that down and created a financial plan around it, my inclination is that you go back to work with a totally different attitude.
Yeah.
Because you will have a target to shoot for. Now, for those of you that do not have $1 million portfolio, it's okay. Your number is your number. We've got to make it work for you. It's all about income and the safety of that income and the taxation of that income on you. So do not discount what you've built and what you have saved, but begin the process, especially if you fit this category where you feel like, I may have to work, I guess, forever, because there is no retirement date. Yeah. That's a lot of burden to carry. I think, and I would hope, we can lift some of that burden for you.
It all starts with the Portfolio X-Ray, and that report is complimentary. Get started with the Hoffman Financial Group today. Call 404-737-3858. That's 404-737-3858 and online at unleashyourmoney.com. Investment advisory services offered through Brookstone Wealth Advisors, a registered investment advisor. Insurance and annuities offered through Hoffman Financial Group Incorporated, Georgia Insurance License number 163546.
Just call Sweet James at 1-800-9-million. Just call Sweet James, your accident attorney.
If you've been hurt in a car, truck, or motorcycle crash, you're probably asking, who do I trust? There's only one firm to call, friends, the attorneys at Sweet James. You've seen them all over Atlanta. Here's what makes them different. Many of the Sweet James attorneys used to represent insurance companies, so they know how they work and what comes next. Sweet James steps in, takes over, helps you get to the right doctors, and handles your case so you can focus on healing. They fight to get you the most money possible and help you get back on the road. They've recovered over $2 billion for injured accident victims, and you pay nothing unless they win. Call for a free case review, 800-9-million, 800-900-0000, and sweetjames.com.
Just call Sweet James at 1-800-9-million. Just call Sweet James, your accident attorneys.
Men, if you're suffering from ED or PE, you're not alone. Most importantly, you don't have to live with it. Priority Men's Medical Center restores men's love lives in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, even when Viagra and Cialis don't work. Here's Dr. Simovitz, specialist in men's health.
Priority Men's Medical Center's painless breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, regardless of age or medical history. 98% of patients see instant results right in the office.
Men are now lasting longer than they ever imagined. And the best part, at Priority Men's Medical Center, your consultation and first treatment are free. Qualified patients even get their testosterone checked free. Call 404-885-8885. 404-885-8885. Take control of your love life. Call now. 404-885-8885.
Monica Pearson for Superior Plumbing. Are you a plumber but looking for a better work-life balance? Superior Plumbing is looking for a few good plumbers to join their team. They offer a stable career with great pay and benefits. More importantly, you can build your career with a trusted company.
1024 on the Mark Arum Show. That, of course, is the theme to Top Gun. I did not see the remake or the
It was better than I thought it would be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What should I watch first? The Top Gun Part 2 or whatever?
Toy Story.
Toy Story,
Yeah,
okay.
Toy Story. Mini Toy Story, yeah.
I'm playing Top Gun because Kelly McGillis, the Tom Cruise love interest in Top Gun, turned 69 years old today. She's still acting. She was in a play at the Warner Theater in my hometown of Torrington. But I didn't get to this story yesterday. There was a crazy viral video on social media yesterday from my hometown. There was like a little 6-year-old kid playing in his front yard, and this bear comes in, like charging toward the kid. And the kid's dog, this German Shepherd, came out of nowhere and started like barking and attacking at the dog. It was all caught on like doorbell camera in my hometown.
Ran the bear right off.
Bear went for, the German Shepherd.
What kind of a brown bear?
Yeah, brown bear, black bear.
Yeah.
It wasn't a grizzly or a polar bear. I know that.
Kids just kind of like looking there, like, what's going on? Dog just ran right in.
So I never saw a single bear living in my town. Now they're everywhere. And the guy that filmed it, I was like, let me find him on Facebook. And we have like 4 mutual friends.
So you're from the same town.
Yeah, small town, but it was crazy.
Should get him on and ask him about how that situation went.
No, I'm good.
Yeah,
I'm good.
That was basically the whole story.
Yeah. The dog is the star of the show there, though. All right, so we haven't really talked about the Taylor Swift wedding, but this is a crazy story. Taylor Swift got married at Madison Square Garden, as we all now know, and folks are trying to cash in on doing what, Deborah?
So this guy, he is an artist. His name is Justin Gignac, I guess, but he has picked up a bunch of trash that was right outside of Madison Square Garden after the wedding. We don't necessarily know if it came from the wedding, but it was associated with it. He put them in these little kind of sealed containers, and he's selling them as trash cubes, commemorative trash cubes.
I think that's brilliant.
Yeah, they actually say which was the thing that they saw in Times Square, just to married, and it's got the date for Taylor and Travis.
So it could be trash from their
Could
wedding.
be, or it could be just trash.
Amanda Allwood's already ordered 4 cubes.
Oh, they're sold out.
They're sold out.
Oh, yeah.
I like that. Good entrepreneurial spirit right there. Selling the Kelsey Swift trash. Sabrina's got your news, weather, and traffic in 3. When we come back, very excited. You know him and love him from Lioness, Jack Ryan. Amazing actor. Michael Kelly, live next on The Mark Arum Show. I lied. That's coming up at 11.
Higher water bill, wet spots in your yard, low water pressure. Don't ignore any of these. You need leak detection experts. Chandler for TE certified electrical, plumbing, heating, and cooling. Quickly pinpoint and diagnose hidden leaks with advanced acoustic technology, not guessing and digging. TE certified will find your leak fast without tearing up your yard.
TE certified, we love your home.
The following is a paid commercial announcement.
Access to affordable credit helps me pay my employees, but I don't really need it.
Inflation is killing me. But who cares? Big retailers are making record profits. That's why we support the Durbin Marshall credit card bill.
See? Banks and credit unions help small businesses make payroll. This bill would cut the vital resources they need.
While increasing megastore profits. They deserve it, don't they?
Tell Congress, stop the Durbin Marshall money grab for corporate megastores.
Paid for by the Electronic Payments Coalition.
Joint pain, awful when you're the person who's fighting through it. But I'm betting you aren't the only ones affected by it. Maybe you love someone who struggles with joint pain and you see it. You see what they don't say, what they've slowly stopped doing. It's July. The days are long. The light hangs around. It's time to be outside, moving, playing, living, and you're sitting it out. Hey, it's Mark Arum here. Let's talk about getting that life back. Because at QC Kinetics, that's what's happening every day. People who are stuck in that cycle of pain in their hips, knees, shoulders, and back, they're finally stepping out of it. With regenerative treatments done right there in their office, no surgery, long recovery, or putting life on hold. Just real relief. The inflammation eases and the pain lets go. We hear it all the time, not just from patients, from people around them. He's back. She's herself again. So if this sounds like you or someone you love, go find out what's possible. QC Kinetics offers a free consultation to see if you're a candidate. Call 770-285-8026. 770-285-8026. That's 770-285-8026.
Let's face it, nobody puts septic service on their wish list. But if your septic system needs attention, here's something to feel good about. Hi, I'm Shannon, owner of Scorpion Septic. For every new customer through July 23rd, we'll donate $100 to the WSB Care-a-thon. Get the septic help you need, and together we'll help children.
Take the sting out of septic service and help some amazing kids.
ScorpionSepticServices.com. At Shane Company, we've been engagement ring experts for almost 100 years. We have the largest selection of diamonds and gemstones in stock. You don't have to wait to compare them side by side. Find the one that speaks to you at shaneco.com or in store. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
Live from the Superior Plumbing Studios.
News,
weather,
traffic.
95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's News and Talk.
It is 10:30. Good morning. I'm Sabrina Cupid. Georgia ranking among the top 10 states to do business this year, according to new rankings from CNBC. It's all new this half hour. Georgia coming in at number 7 overall. Infrastructure is the top weighted category, and Georgia ranks 5th overall in that category. We also get high marks for workforce and the cost of doing business in our state. We did score, though, very low when it comes to quality of life. According to this listing, the best state for business is Ohio, followed by North Carolina, then Virginia. The worst state overall, Hawaii. And while we're speaking of working, 720,000 people walked away from the labor force in June, the most outside the pandemic since 1976. Now, the participation rate for employees aged 55 and older fell to just over 37% in June, marking a 21-year low. Many of those folks in that age group juggling caretaking duties of their aging parents with jobs, and they're deciding to leave the workforce altogether. There are concerns about how the U.S. is going to manage shortages of workers, simply not enough workers to fill the jobs that will be available. Your weather for today, a mix of clouds and sun, pop-up storms in the afternoon and through the evening hours, says WSB meteorologist Christina Edwards. Highs around 93. She'll have Atlanta's most accurate and dependable forecast straight ahead. While tensions between the U.S. and Iran are escalating with another round of strikes overnight, President Trump declaring the ceasefire is over, and many now are worried what that's going to mean for gas prices. Here's Rebecca Jarvis.
The national average jumping 6 cents overnight to $3.81 a gallon this morning, according to Gas Buddy. And the key here to what happens next to that price for Americans is what happens in the Strait of Hormuz. And in the last 24 hours, Kepler tells ABC News it has seen 25 ships cross. Now, that is lower than what we've seen in previous days.
Be sure and stay with us. We're continuing live team coverage of the conflict in the Middle East and how it might impact you right here on 95.5 WSB and on the WSB radio app. Any new developments, you're going to hear about them first here. A new study today finds a startling 40% of women with ovarian cancer are only diagnosed after they visit the emergency room. Ovarian cancer progresses quietly, often leaving patients with no warning signs until the disease is already advanced. Without any early warning signs, the cancer expands until it triggers an acute crisis like severe fluid buildup or bowel obstruction. And that's when you would go to the emergency room for urgent care and get imaging scans there and finally uncover the disease. According to the National Cancer Institute, more than 21,000 Americans are expected to be diagnosed with ovarian cancer this year. Currently, there is no routine screening for ovarian cancer. Sales of previously owned homes slowed in June, but a key measure of home prices climbed to an all-time high, adding to the home buyers' affordability challenges. The National Association of Realtors saying that existing home sales fell 2.4% last month from May. The national median sales price increased 1.8% in June from a year earlier, so it's now at just over $440,000. And finally, here at 10:30.
Once upon a time there was light in my life.
Singer Bonnie Tyler has died. Back in May, she had to be rushed to the hospital for emergency intestinal surgery in Portugal. She was temporarily placed in an induced coma to help her recover. A statement posted on her official media pages shows, it reads, Bonnie's family and team are heartbroken to announce that Bonnie unexpectedly passed away last night in a hospital in Portugal as a result of the illness that she was being treated for. Bonnie Tyler was 75 years old. Let's take a look at the markets. The Dow right now is up 72 at 52,421. NASDAQ also in positive territory, and the same is true for the S&P. Smiling Mark McKay joining us now. He has a look at your roads. How are we doing out there?
Had a temporary hold up, Sabrina, rolling into Brookhaven. It was a Hero unit that held all lanes to take a stall to the right shoulder. Everything back open now. 85 southbound below Claremont Road, exit 91. Take it outside the perimeter. Still see slow zones. 85 south at Pleasant Hill Road, trying to get out of Duluth into Norcross. And maybe some new trouble 85 northbound at Jimmy Carter Boulevard. The I-75 story has been slow for most of the morning due to an earlier crash. Still feeling the effects of 75 southbound and the brake lights leaving Ackworth at Wade Green Road. You're rolling past construction in Canton, only a right lane open, 575 southbound at Knoxbridge Highway. From the Loud Security Systems Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
This is WSB meteorologist Christina Upwards. Partly cloudy, hot and muggy for today with a high of 93. Few pop-up showers and thunderstorms through the afternoon and evening hours. Staying warm for tonight, lows in the mid-70s. Tomorrow, more pop-up showers and thunderstorms through the afternoon, high 94. Scattered rainstorms remain in the forecast this weekend.
83 degrees in Douglasville, 84 in Brookhaven. Vinings, you have 84 degrees right now. We'll have more news at 11 o'clock. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Sabrina Cupid, 95.5 WSB.
Tough questions.
What are the rules around a hot air balloon?
Intriguing insights.
If things didn't happen the way in my brain they were supposed to happen within the time period that my brain told me they were supposed to happen.
And a unique perspective.
You're getting tea. Where do you want it to go?
Eric Von Hassler, today at 3.
95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
Coming up next, we're going to update our top local stories, plus a new cyber crime targeting young boys. Horrible story. We'll tell you about it next on The Mark Arum Show.
It's Scott Slade with John Loud, president of Loud Security Systems. And John, with cameras and video doorbells, some folks may not see the need for a security system. Why should they consider monitored security for their home or business?
Scott, you know what? It's all about peace of mind. Security provides that, and I highly encourage you to take action 30 days too soon instead of 1 day too late. Get your monitored detection for water flow damage, fire protection. You even get insurance rate reductions for having a monitored security system.
This is security monitoring you can trust.
Loud Security Systems. Call 678. Get loud.
Is your financial advisor managing your risk or just a spreadsheet? Hi, I'm Jeff Jr., founder of Trajan Wealth. Many financial advisors rely on target date funds, which are one-size-fits-all portfolios that don't know your name, your family, or your goals. And that passive management can leave you dangerously exposed. At Trajan, we look at the whole picture, not just the stocks everyone else buys, but the private market opportunities most advisors ignore. And as fiduciaries, we build a strategy around you, coordinating your investments, tax strategy, and estate into one cohesive plan. Your financial life deserves more than just a generic portfolio. Real planning isn't a stack of statements. It's the confidence of knowing where your income will come from for the next 30 years. Good enough isn't good enough for your family. It's time for a change. Schedule your complimentary consultation today. Call 855-TRAJAN-1. That's 855-TRAJAN-1.
Advisory services through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor. Private equity investments require accreditation. Other services through Trajan Estate and Trajan Tax. Additional disclosures at TrajanWealth.com.
If you live through an Atlanta summer, you know your AC has to be ready. That's why I recommend Reliable Heating and Air. Hey, it's Mark Arum back with you right now. You can get any size AC, just $69.99 a month with zero down. And with their Comfort Club, repairs, maintenance, even filters are included for life. You can schedule your free consultation online at reliableair.com. Reliable Heating and Air, always here for you.
It's a heartache.
Very unique voice there. Rest in peace, Bonnie Tyler. Passed away at the age of 75. Not a former guest on the Mark Arum Show, Deborah? I can't remember.
Not since I've been with you.
No, maybe pre-Deborah. Anyway, gone but never forgotten. Bonnie Tyler passed away at the age of 75. Coming up in 30 minutes, I got ahead of my skis. I'm so excited to talk to Michael Kelly, the actor. He is joining us in 30 minutes. Also in 30 minutes, Deborah, first of two prize packs to give away today.
The first prize pack we have is tickets to go see Train. They're going to be at Amerisbank Amphitheater on July 11th. So
that's like 2 days from now.
Yeah, for this weekend.
And then the second prize pack at 11:37 is a monster.
Yeah, this one's a big one. First, you'll get a pair of tickets to see Lynyrd Skynyrd and Foreigner. That show also at Amerisbank Amphitheater, but that's coming up on July 23rd. And the bonus is you get to come here to the WSB Live Lounge.
Sick.
See performance from Foreigner here in studio and do a little kind of meet and greet with them. You're going to talk with them. Maybe you'll sing with them again.
Do we know if it's acoustic or not? If it's an acoustic
It
performance?
usually is because of the live lounge.
Yeah.
But it's kind of up to the band as well.
And it's really intimate. It's awesome.
Yeah, and
I love
it's
those.
very few spots.
Yeah, I love that. All right, so 2 chances to win amazing prize packs here on 95.5 WSB. All right, joining us from ABC News crime and terrorism analyst Brad Garrett. Brad, I'm sad to say I am familiar with this new cyber crime. A couple of years ago, my friend's son fell victim to this. Explain to the listeners this horrific new cyber crime that's going around.
So here's the scenario. Typical teenage boy is online, comes across an attractive female, obviously very common. They start interacting. One thing leads to another. She then sends him explicit photographs of herself. Now, obviously, there is no really her in this relationship, but convincing him to send explicit photographs to her, and the next thing he knows, he's dealing with a cyber criminal, possibly in West Africa, maybe Nigeria, demanding that they're going to ruin his life, send these explicit pictures of him to school. They're going to put him online unless he pays them money. Now, of course, the problem with this, Mark, is that most 15-year-old boys don't have a whole lot of money. So, do they desperately try to get money? Do they steal money? Do they ultimately go to their parents? Some do, some don't. Sadly, some of these kids take their own lives because of the obvious, the humiliation, etc. And the extent of this extortion, I think, is just massive as far as the number of kids that probably run across this online. Some studies would suggest that upwards to 30% actually bite on these extortions and send pictures that obviously can create all sorts of havoc for their lives. But it's a big, big problem.
And it is a numbers game, right? The more kids that fall prey to this, because as you mentioned, my friend's son was 12, I think, when this happened to him, and he didn't have any money, so it's not like you're going to get 5 or 6 figures of ransom or extortion. It's just whatever they can, cobble together, and just doing it so many different times. That's what makes it profitable.
Right. I mean, it's a typical scam. Take the sex and kids out of it. This happens every day to adults. It has nothing to do with sending pictures, but scamming you out of money, convincing you they are X when they're really Y, and you send them, and adults who may have access to money or life insurance policies or whatever it might be. Yeah. The number, and that's unfortunately, which would drive victim numbers even higher. Quickly, I'll tell you that, an Intel analyst sort of put all of this together. And he actually looked at these type of extortions in Australia, in Europe, obviously here in the U.S., and other locations around the world, and found that many of them had exactly the same wording, even the same misspelled words, which would certainly suggest that the cyber criminals are sharing how to do this with other cyber criminals. And it's just so easy to do. So to your point, yes, the numbers, I think, is what this is all about.
Crime and terrorism analyst for ABC News, Brad Garrett, joining us here on the Mark Arum Show. Brad, a lot of these cyber crimes that you and I have talked about, the question is, where does that money go? Is this money going to fund terrorists or nefarious organizations? Any indication where this exploitative money is winding up?
I think it's all of the above. I mean, if you think about feeding it into a Nigerian in some remote part of West Africa, are they just using the money and, quote unquote, leading the good life, or are they passing it on? I mean, clearly ISIS, Al Qaeda, fill in the blank, make tons of money in the drug world. Why wouldn't they also make money here? Because they believe the rest of us are evil if we don't think like they do. So I would say it's across the board.
Right. I think it's great that law enforcement bringing attention to this matter. But at the end of the day, I think this comes down to parents having to have a, kind of difficult conversation with their kids to warn them of this possible cybercrime.
You clearly have to do that, Mark. The other is this really boils down to your relationship with your kid. And will they come to you saying, hey, this female, just sent me these pictures and she wants me to send her pictures of myself. Would they do that? That's a pretty embarrassing thing to do. But if, some kids will sort of understand the impact and implication of doing something like this. Others will just impulsively go ahead and do it. And even if that happens, if they'll come and tell you, there's some things you can immediately do, like shut down all of their social media accounts. Literally shut them all down. contact law enforcement, contact the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. But, it's just a horrible crime. And like we talked about earlier, kids taking their own lives is just, unimaginable based on this.
Yeah, I think you might have partially answered my final question for you, Brad. If there are parents out here whose sons fell victim to this, what should they do? I guess contact law enforcement would be number one.
Right. And we'll shut down the accounts. So that obviously, if this is a numbers game, and I think it is, Mark, then if they can't communicate with you, then they can't get any money from you. Now, could they send the pictures? Well, they could. I think they may be so busy extorting other kids they'll just move on. But it's kind of like anything else. Once it's out there, that those pictures, they're gone.
Yeah,
they're there forever. And you always have that nagging feeling. Will they pop up 20 years from now? Probably not, but they certainly could. But the key is relationship with your kids and reporting it.
Such a troubling story. Brad Garrett, as always, appreciate your time, my friend.
You're welcome. Take care, Mark. So
this situation happened to a friend of mine, one of my baseball card buddies, a couple of years ago down in Florida, and his kid was like 12 or 13, and this exact same thing happened. He thought he was talking to a teenage girl. She sent him explicit pictures, requested him back, and then said, boom, you're caught. I'm going to release these. He told his dad.
That's so young,
13.
13.
Yeah, I know. Dad called the authorities, and I've never brought it back up because it's such a sensitive subject. So I don't know what happened with that. But it sounds like if you delete your social media accounts, they're just doing this to so many people that they're not going to follow through and post the pictures.
That's scary for a teenager.
Yeah. Just thank the Lord, Deborah. You and I didn't have to deal with any of this stuff growing up. But, Vinny, you grew up in the digital age. Did your parents, so Deborah and I actually never had the birds and the bees talks with my parents. They were like, you'll figure it out. I don't know if you had the birds and the bees talk.
So we had our church version of it.
Okay.
And then I had my older aunts.
Not your brother, though.
No, not my brother. You wouldn't have told me. My aunts are the ones that kind of guided us in the right directions.
What do you call it? Zias? No,
Tia,
that's Tia.
T-I-A,
Zia is Italian. So, Vin, bird and the bees talk with your parents. Did they ever have the cyber talk with you about sending or getting explicit pictures like that?
No cyber talk. No,
nothing like that.
I mean, from school, you learn about so and so, rumors. So and so sent pictures, and it's be like, don't do that. Like, don't do that.
B. Rent, the intern, is shaking his head. Brent, just thumbs up or thumbs down. Did your parents have that cyber talk with you? No one's. Parents, you got to step up, man.
Totally different parenting now.
Yeah, you got to step up. That's a horrible thing. Horrible, like the fear. And what?
Because at 13, you did something wrong,
Yep.
right? You know you did something wrong. Now you're caught. Now you're thinking you're going to be extorted.
And they're asking for money.
And you got to tell your parents, right?
Yeah.
Oof, that's a lot.
That's a tough. Parents listening, talk to your kids. Make sure they don't fall for this really horrible cyber attack. It's 86 degrees in Midtown Atlanta right now. It's getting sweaty out there. This is crazy. Deborah, the 1% of 1% have now started investing in what's called indoor snow rooms.
Yeah, how do you know you have too much money when you can make it snow on command inside your home? So the ultra wealthy, the Musks in the world out there, right? The trillionaires out there are having these indoor snow rooms installed in their house. Think of a sauna, right? Supposed to be really good for your health. You could use it right now.
Yes.
The absolute opposite of that. It's so hot outside, you just want to cool off. Push of a button, it'll kind of freeze the room. All of a sudden, snow comes falling down, and you can cool off immediately.
I'm holding up Deborah brought
That's
in
the cure-all.
Vicks Vapor Rub for me. Listen. I'm not going to get a snow room. I don't have the means to get a snow room. But I like the idea of this in hotter climates for an entrepreneurial man or woman to. And I think they used to have ice bars. You ever heard of an ice bar?
I remember ice bars.
They used to pop up in New York City in a while. And it was basically a bar inside a freezing room. And you'd have to go in the middle of the summer wearing like a jacket.
It's so cold in those places.
Yeah. But I think, as we're getting up to 100 degrees, just charge $10 to come and sit in my ice room.
They're basically
for half
saying,
an hour.
if you love a cold plunge, this is like the next step up of a cold plunge.
I think there's a market there. All the capitalists listening, open up just a little. Oh, we didn't get to the story yesterday about the storefronts, like the storage container storefronts.
The storage,
Turn one of those into an ice box and just charge World Cup visitors that have been outside.
Yeah, put it on a flatbed, right?
Yeah, just $20. You cool off for half an hour. I like that. I'm not going to get a snow room in my house, but I'd have to get rid of the card room. There's only one room for me in my house. It is my card room. Smilin actually has a traffic center in his house, which is pretty badass.
I do. I can watch 24/7, and what we're watching right now, Mark, is a delay into Norcross from Duluth. We'll scan the jam cam to see which lane is knocked out, but 85 southbound is collecting in that slow traffic starting at Highway 316 down past Pleasant Hill Road. Construction could hold you up through Canton throughout this day. There's only a right lane open past that road work that we're watching, 575 southbound at Knoxbridge Highway. As for the ride into and through the city, let's call it sluggish on the connectors southbound, leaving 17th Street to I-20. We're much improved now northbound into downtown Atlanta and Midtown. From the Loud Security Systems Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic 95.5 WSB.
I need your attention.
Where you're going is a given.
Use some caution as you travel through the area.
How you're getting there.
Major slowdown.
That's the question.
The outer loop slow as you leave Truist Park.
Before you hit the navigation
And so maybe jump north of there and use Ola Vista Road.
Listen to the people you trust.
Unusual delays with the direction of this crash.
Updated traffic as often as you need every time you listen.
Following extreme delays.
More experience, more reliable, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, Triple Team Traffic.
And the delays are growing out of
95.5 WSB. How Atlanta gets there.
For over 50 years, family-owned and operated Breda Pest Management has believed in doing right by our community. Not just protecting our homes from bugs and critters, but supporting our neighbors, too. It's Scott Slade with my friend Matt Breda of Breda Pest Management. Matt, I'm going to thank you for being so committed to the WSB Care-a-thon benefiting the Aflac Cancer and Blood Disorder Center at Children's Healthcare of Atlanta.
Scott, at Breda, our name is on the line, and so is our commitment to the community, and that includes supporting the WSB Care-a-thon.
Breda has committed to a minimum donation of $20,000 this year.
Let's make an impact together. Breda will donate $100 for every new client who signs up for any of our pest management services now through July 24th.
So make your house a healthy home. Sign up and give back with Breda. Breda Pest Management. They handle bugs and critters. BREDAPest.com.
Breda, Breda, no need to be afraid of bugs.
Attention men, are you suffering from ED or PE? Here's an important message from Choice Men's Health.
I'm Dr. Katz, and I'm the Chief Medical Director at Choice Men's Health. Are you performing the way you want to in the bedroom? If the answer is no, and you've tried Viagra, Cialis, and Levitra and were disappointed, then you need to come see us immediately. If you don't see results on the first visit, then there's no charge. Many of our patients have medical conditions such as diabetes, hypertension, obesity, and prostate problems. I'm happy to say that we have 98% success rate with all our patients. Our customized solutions will allow you to perform within 10 minutes and last an hour and even longer. You can regain your love life and tackle your ED and PE problems. Guys, your partner will never complain again. Our clinic has the most affordable prices, so if you visit other clinics and you're not completely satisfied, then you need to call Choice Men's Health.
Regain your love life regardless of your age or medical history. Choice Men's Health guarantees results on your first visit or you pay nothing. Call now, 404-400-1170. That's 404-400-1170.
I know for a lot of folks listening right now, summer is your favorite time of the year. How can you argue? Summer vacations, chilling by the pool, going to the lake, going on vacation, but about to make your summer even better, especially if you are suffering with a receding hairline, thinning hair, or bald spots. It's Mark Arum back from my pals at Advanced Hair. It's their summer sales event going on right now, limited time. I want you to get your details and your free consultation today and take advantage of this amazing summer savings event. Call 470-660-HAIR. That's 470-660-HAIR. Advanced Hair Simple One-Day Treatment begins to regrow your own natural hair the very next day, and they guarantee your new hair will grow. Take advantage of that flexible summer calendar and get the most hair for your dollar. 470-660-HAIR. One-day treatment, life-changing results with Advanced Hair. Your new hair guaranteed to grow. Check out the before and afters online at advancedhair.com.
Man, I love this place. I've been surfing here since I was a kid. Now, seeing my grandson out on the water, it means everything to me. Watching him and taking in the blue waves, the sea breeze, the blurry horizon.
If you have geographic atrophy, or GA, subtle changes in vision could mean it's progressing toward irreversible vision loss. Izervay is proven to slow GA progression and could help preserve your vision for longer, so you may keep seeing the world around you. Izervay, or avacincaptad pegol, is an eye injection. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may cause blood in the white of the eye, blurred vision, or a temporary increase in eye pressure. Do not drive or use machinery until vision has recovered after an eye injection or exam. Ask your retina specialist how you can slow your GA with Izervay. To learn more, call 1-855-IZERVAY or go to izervay.com. Paid for by Astellas Pharma.
In the military, the mission was clear. You knew what to do. Now, the mission has changed. Stepping into civilian life isn't about finding a job. It's finding your purpose.
I wanted a career that would leverage the skills and discipline I gained in the military. IT just felt right.
My Computer Career offers class schedules that fit into your life and skills in high demand. Put your VA benefits to work. Visit mycomputercareer.edu/CWP to jumpstart your IT career today. An elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
On BritBox, there is a place where stories twist like cobblestone roads, grand manners hide secrets, and stakes are higher than seaside cliffs. Find places worth getting lost in on BritBox. Watch new series like The Other Bennett Sister from the world of Jane Austen and A Woman of Substance starring Golden Globe winner Brenda Blethyn. If you want to get away, you're in the right place. Stream the best of British TV on BritBox. Free trial at BritBox.com.
School's out, so traffic is down, but your guard should still be up. Smile and Mark McKay for John Foy and Associates, the Strong Arm. Summer road trips, running errands, and teen drivers could lead to more wrecks. Been hit and hurt? Call the Strong Arm. Zero cost until they win. JohnFoy.com.
That's a bass riff right there, right, Deborah? Yeah, I know a little bit. 10:55 on the Mark Arum Show. That's White Stripes. Jack White, singer-songwriter of White Stripes, turns 51 today. Good song. I could see Vinny retooling this.
I love this.
Yeah.
Remixed many times.
Yeah, absolutely. Deborah, would you rather interview Jack White or Jack Black?
I've interviewed both. I've met both of them, yeah.
Shut the front door.
Yeah.
Can we use some of your interviews for
literally.
the Mark Arum Show archives?
I don't have them saved the way...
Really?
Like, they're not digitized.
You save them like Shelley?
No, yes. Oh, gosh. Some of them are still on CDs.
Okay.
And I don't know where those are right now.
We have Intern. You can get Intern. Get off the CDs and put them into a digital format.
I have some of them digitized, yeah. I'll put, like, clips every once in a while on social media.
Who did you enjoy interviewing more, Jack White or Jack Black?
Jack Black was funnier,
Yeah.
but Jack White is, like, music nerd. Yeah.
All right. Welcome back to the Mark Arum Show. In case you're worried about robots or AI replacing your profession, apparently there are 10 jobs that are completely safe from robots taking over. What are those 10 gigs?
Yeah,
Deborah?
a lot of the fear is AI is going to come along. You're going to be able to have all these automated robots and nobody's going to work anymore. And that will happen in some respect. But to make a robot that would replace these people is actually 2 times, even 10 times more expensive than it is just to hire someone. One of the cases that they give here is a nurse. So they're saying a nurse can make about $42,000 a year. For a robot, that would cost over $300,000 to make one single robot. So of course you're going to hire human nurses
Absolutely.
that have, that have that personal touch and get paid a lot less rather than have a robot.
All right. So nurse, is there any other jobs that are...
So nurses, nursing, home care assistants, a lot of the medical professions, construction laborers, maintenance and repair, fixing things, teaching assistants, elementary school teachers, which is great, right? Security guards, fabricators, and basic cooks.
All right. Go to nursing school, folks. That's a great profession. You're doing the Lord's work. Wildly underpaid at $42K. I wonder, by the way, yesterday I said if anyone that drives for a living asked their bosses for a raise. I wonder if anyone did that. If you have, hit me up, markarum.com. Contact us. Sabrina's got your news, weather, and traffic. When we come back, yes, for real this time. Very excited. Amazing actor Michael Kelly joining us live next on The Mark Arum Show.
WSB Atlanta, WSBB FM, and HD1 Doraville. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's news and talk.
It's that time of year again. When school's out, traffic finally takes a breather. It's also the time many families relocate to a newer home before the next school year starts. This is Scott Slade. If this is you or you're thinking to refinance to better terms, MyLend is my place to go for all your home lending needs. Right now, more homes are on the market, giving buyers more choices than they've seen in years. MyLand is helping buyers move forward with smart mortgage strategies designed for today's market. Their loan experts will walk you through the process and explain everything clearly, allowing you to shop with confidence. The folks at MyLand have seen it all, and this is why so many Atlanta real estate agents trust them to refer their clients to them. And it's why I trust them too. Call MyLand. 770-817-2000. That's 770-817-2000. Online, it's myland.com. Spelled it M-I-L-E-N-D. NMLS Georgia Residential Mortgage Licensee 148769, located at 8995 West Side Parkway, Alpharetta, Georgia 30009. MyLand is an equal housing lender.
Waiting for the right time to replace those drafty, rotting old windows? Now's the time. NG Windows is having their biggest sale of the year. Save 24% off, plus up to 12 months, no interest, no payments. Upgrade to beautiful Infinity by Marvin fiberglass windows now and save 24% off. Hurry, sale ends July 31st. Window and door shopping made simple.
Infinity by Marvin from NG Windows, yeah!
Heard in a crash? Call the accident attorneys at Sweet James, 800-9-million. The system's rigged, friends. Insurance companies protect themselves. Sweet James protects you. $2 billion won, 500 trials, 98% winning record. They put power and respect on your side. Pay no fees unless they win. 800-9-million. 800-9-million. 800-900-0000 and sweetjames.com.
Just call Sweet James at 1-800-9-million. Just call Sweet James. Your accident attorneys.
News, weather,
traffic.
95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
Hi there. Good morning. It is 11 o'clock. I'm Sabrina Cupid. Thanks for joining us here for the news at 11 o'clock. And our top story, fewer Americans than expected finding themselves applying for first-time unemployment benefits last week. The Labor Department says it received 215,000 initial filings in the week ending July 4th. That's 2,000 less than the week prior. Most analysts thought today's number would come in right around 218,000. And the rising prices seems to keep potential home buyers on the sidelines these days. Jim Ryan has a look at just released numbers this morning on the sale of pre-owned homes.
The one bright spot for sellers was the Northeast, where existing home sales rose from May to June. Nationally, though, sales were down 2.4% month over month. Looking back to 2025, though, the National Association of Realtors says sales of pre-owned homes jumped 2.8% between June of last year and June of this.
Now, sales have remained sluggish as mortgage rates have mostly trended higher in the months since the war between the U.S. and Iran started, fueling expectations of higher inflation and surging crude oil prices. Still, mortgage rates are below where they were a year ago. Let's take a look at the markets right now and see how your investments are working for you. And we're going to do that right now. The Dow is up 135 at 52,483. NASDAQ also in positive territory, up 0.5%. And the S&P's up almost 0.5%. Now, how about your weather? A mix of clouds and sun today, pop-up storms in the afternoon and evening hours, and a high of 93. We'll have Atlanta's most accurate and dependable forecast coming up in just a couple of minutes. Local rideshare drivers are planning to rally this afternoon against the big rollout of all those Waymo taxis. They say that they have significantly cut into their earnings. That rally is set for 4 o'clock this afternoon at historic Old Fourth Ward Park. CNBC has ranked the best states in the nation for business, and the rankings are based on 138 metrics in 10 broad categories of competitiveness. They look at things that a company would look at when they're considering moving to a certain state. And Georgia overall ranks 7th. Ohio was ranked the best, followed by North Carolina, then Virginia. After hearing from dozens of residents largely opposed to planned data center development, the Marietta City Council is putting such projects on hold.
Opponents showed up in force for the meeting, many speaking before the council, while dozens more voiced their concerns outside City Hall. Fears of environmental impacts, noise issues, and potential customer rate increases have many residents wanting to keep data centers out of Marietta entirely. Council members delayed discussion on a planned Powers Ferry Place facility until August. They also installed a moratorium through the end of the year for any new data center applications. That allows more time to conduct additional studies and review possible zoning rules changes. Graham Carroll, 95.5 WSB.
If you're a fan of Starbucks' famous pink drink, there's a new collectible headed your way.
Starbucks is giving Rewards Reserve members early access to its limited edition pink barista cup. The bright pink collectible features a playful barista character and strawberry-inspired design celebrating one of the coffee chain's most popular drinks. The cup arrives in stores July 13th while supplies last. I'm Monica Nelson.
All right, let's go now to the WSB 24-hour traffic center. Alex Williams, how are we doing on the roads this morning?
Hey, good morning, Sabrina, and good news downtown. Thanks to the help of Georgia State Patrol, I'm watching them push a stall 7585 northbound, just north of I-20 from the center lane to the right shoulder. So those lanes will be opening within a minute here, and that's why you're slow back to University Avenue, but I do expect those delays to improve. Been trying to get our eyes on trouble in Gwinnett County, 85 southbound as you leave Duluth toward Norcross, just south of Pleasant Hill Road. Definitely got a lane blocked there with some sort of trouble. We're going to keep looking for that, but that's the reason you're seeing the brake lights as you leave Highway 316. 285 westbound, a little slow out of through Sandy Springs into Cobb from Riverside Drive, approaching I-75, exit number 20 there near Truist Park. From the Loud Security Systems Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
I'm WSB meteorologist Christina Upwards. Partly cloudy, hot and humid today, high 93. Few pop-up showers and thunderstorms for the ride home this evening, then muggy for tonight, lows in the mid-70s. Tomorrow, a mix of sun and clouds, heating up to a high of 94 before pop-up storms develop through the afternoon. Scattered rain showers and thunderstorms linger for this weekend.
85 degrees in Kennesaw and Roswell. It's 86 right now in Brazelton. We'll have more news at 11:30. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Sabrina Cupid, 95.5 WSB.
No, I'll run this town to be near you.
11:04 on an extremely busy news day Thursday. Welcome back, friends. Mark Arum and crew with you till noon. Still to come, the very latest on the re-escalation in Iran. What the heck's going on with the Air Force One switcheroo from President Trump? We'll go in-depth on that in 30 minutes. Deborah's got an amazing prize pack to give away to see Leonard Skinner and Foreigner, and VIP tickets for a small, intimate performance here at the WSB Radio Live Lounge. I'll be there interviewing Foreigner. You'll get a chance to win that. That's 30 minutes from now. But right now, we've got another amazing pair of tickets to give away, Deborah.
Yeah, tickets to go see Train at Amerisbank Amphitheater this weekend, July 11th.
Let's do the 11th caller to Darius, man in the phones today. Caller number 11 to 404-872-0750. 11th caller to 404-872-0750 wins a pair of tickets to see Train in just a couple of days, courtesy of the Mark Arum Show and 95.5 WSB. Really excited to have back on the program, amazing actor, huge Braves fans, the legend that is Michael Kelly. Michael, good morning, my friend. How have you been?
Good morning, buddy. I'm doing great, man. How are you?
Excellent. Oh, I'm fighting the weather, fighting the cold, and I'm fighting the Braves, just putrid performance over the last month. We'll get into the Braves in just a second, but I want to talk about Jack Ryan Ghost War, a movie that came out, obviously the Jack Ryan series, a huge hit phenomenon, and then it ended 2 years ago, right, was the last season, and then we get this movie that comes out. Loved the movie, loved your performance. Is this something we're going to see again, another Jack Ryan spin-off movie perhaps?
I don't know, man. I sure hope so. I just we found out yesterday I got nominated for an Emmy for Best TV Movie, so that's pretty exciting. Hopefully that'll encourage them to do more. I love doing it. It's so much fun.
Well, it's probably like a family reunion for you, too, as well.
It is, and those, Wendell and John are two of my best friends in real life, and so it's when you get to travel the world. We go to all those crazy places together, and we just go on all these great adventures. It's a blast, man.
I don't. No spoilers for Ghost War that folks haven't seen it, but where did you get to travel to on location to film that? Because there were some amazing scenes there.
Yeah, in this one we did a month in Dubai, which is the craziest place I've ever been to. It's like the Jetsons. They're so far. They're so advanced. They're flying cars. It's crazy. They haven't launched it yet. I think it's next year, but they're going to have cars that fly from the airport to the main city center. So we did a month in Dubai, and then we did 2 months in London and a couple weeks in New York City. So it was a lot of fun. Family got to come to London. That was a blast.
What a great experience. And it was, just if you are a fan of the series, you're going to love the movie. And it was just like, for me, it was like getting to see friends again, right? That I hadn't seen in a couple of years. Jack Ryan, the series started back in 2019. I don't know if you were friends with John before that or not, but were you concerned? Because, he's Jim from The Office, right? He's Jim. Were you worried that audiences wouldn't be able to separate him from The Office in this new action-packed Jim Ryan series?
No, because Amazon and myself, I had seen John do, I don't know if you've ever seen 13 Hours.
Oh, yeah.
But he got so ridiculously jacked for that, and got sexiest man alive for that shit. He won the People magazine thing. So I'd seen him do that, and I knew, and he's just such a phenomenal actor. I knew he'd pull it off. And in my opinion, he's one of the best Jack Ryans we've ever seen. Like, he's just he perfectly threads that line of analyst and badass,
Yeah.
Just a lot of fun to watch.
And relatable. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
he still has that relatability. But that's a tough task, because when you get known so well for a singular character, I mean, he has had no problem since The Office. Like, everything he's done, you as an audience, you're able to say, all right, that's not Jim, that's Jack Ryan. He is about to kick some butt right now.
Right.
Yeah, it's been amazing. Michael Kelly joining us live on the Mark Arum Show. I don't know if we've talked about in this past, but Lioness, oh my goodness. We are such huge fans of that series here. Another season. When is that season premiering, the next season of Lioness?
August 2nd. And I have not seen the first episode, but I had wrapped and come home, and typically before the end of the season wraps, they will screen the first episode for the cast and crew at a big movie theater, and we all just go and have a good time. I missed it this year because I was wrapped. I came home, and I texted the girl, Jill Wagner, who plays the badass on the strike team, the short blonde-haired girl, and I texted her. I was like, hey, man, how was it? She was like, it might be the best thing that I've ever seen on television. And I was like, wow. She was like, this first episode, I mean, Taylor Sheridan just comes out of the gate swinging, man. It's so good. So good.
That guy just can't miss.
It's unbelievable what he does. It's unbelievable. And unprecedented. No one's ever done what Taylor Sheridan is currently doing. It's crazy.
Yeah. Have you seen Dutton Ranch yet? The
I've not.
Oh, yeah.
And I need to, because I got buddies in it. I'm like, I got to catch up.
It's
that and the Madison. I haven't seen either one of them yet. And I have friends in both.
Why are you wasting time talking to me? You got to be binge watching these shows, Michael. Those were both fantastic. Now, did you see Yellowstone, the OG Taylor Sheridan show?
Man, if Taylor listens to this interview, I'm dead. I have not seen Yellowstone either.
All right, you get a lot of homework before the premiere of Lioness, because God forbid if Taylor hears this. Let me ask, as an actor. Because your character in Lioness is way different. Again, I don't want to give any spoilers, but it's a different role than your role in the Jack Ryan series and movies, where Jack Ryan, especially if you saw Ghost War, you get there's some humor in the character. You get to joke around.
Yeah.
In Lioness, it's a different character. Which is more difficult to play, the Lioness character or the Jack Ryan character?
That's a really good question, because there's certainly a lot of different elements to that. Like, on my mind, Lioness is far more difficult, especially this season. Like, I just go on, I'll talk for a whole page, and just for me to memorize that amount of words that are not words that I typically speak. I watch Braves games and I read about the Braves. I don't know a lot about, I gotta really dig deep to learn what I'm saying, and then learn the actual words that I'm saying, because that character, as the deputy director of the CIA, he's a pretty smart dude. So to learn all that is very challenging. But funny enough, it is I am more, as a person, I'm probably much closer to Mike November on Jack Ryan.
That's what I figured, yeah.
And so sometimes it's harder to play something closer to yourself, because you don't get to hide behind a character. You know what I mean? Like in Lioness, I'm not a lot like Westfield, so I can hide behind this facade. Me, Michael Kelly, can hide behind the facade of that character. Whereas Mike November is very close to Michael Kelly, and it's a little more difficult.
And a fun character. I mean, both amazing performances. So, Ghost War filmed in Dubai and London. No spoilers, but do we have any exotic locales in the latest season of Lioness coming up?
No, we do not. I love it. We shoot that in Fort Worth, so for me, it's a quick plane ride. Close to Atlanta as well, so it's nice. I really like filming there. It's a great, great city if you've never been.
Michael Kelly joining us live on the Mark Arum Show. Before we get to the Braves, because I know that you really want to talk about our Atlanta Braves, I'm trying to think of when you first popped on my radar, and it's probably going back to your run on The Sopranos, right? Was that the big breakthrough role for you?
I mean, no, was that before? That was before House of Cards. So House of Cards is probably the thing that, it's where I received critical acclaim, which then, of course, in the business, that it's very helpful when you get nominated for Emmys and stuff. But I mean, before that, like that Clint Eastwood movie Changeling.
Oh yeah,
that I did with Angelina Jolie. That was probably the thing that, that afforded me. I was in the Variety magazine 20 to watch that year, and that sort of put me out there to the people. Clint Eastwood and Angelina Jolie both said nice things about me publicly, and that really sort of shot me out there. But all the little things, I'm very proud that, and I'm very fortunate, I think, that my career took as long as it did, little baby steps all along the way, because I think if I made it in my 20s, I don't know if I'd have been able to hold on to it. I wasn't responsible.
Understood, totally.
So the fact that I didn't really start, earning a living until I was 30, and then really getting out there until I was after 40, to the general public, basically, I think it was beneficial because I was more mature. I was ready for what came, and I was hungrier, But I think I'm very, very happy that it's been little things along the way, that it wasn't one thing that threw me out there, and then you have to live up to that,
I'm not in the business, but I would imagine at studio pitch meetings right now where a great script is presented to one of the big companies, that a lot of directors and producers are like, oh, we wrote this role for Michael Kelly. This is a Michael Kelly role. We need to get like that has to be going on right now.
I mean, I do feel very, very fortunate that I am at a point in my career where, sometimes it's a phone call with a director or a showrunner or whatever, and they're like, I'm thinking about this character and I want to write him for you, and are you available, and that kind of thing. Or I wrote this character with you in mind, which is, just so incredibly flattering. It's every day kind of pinch yourself sometimes, just feel so fortunate to do what I love for a living, and that people think of you in that way is, I'm extremely grateful.
Great place to be. Absolutely a great place to be. All right, Braves up 3 now in the National League East. Came out of the gangbusters. It's been a struggle. We got the All-Star break. We got the trade deadline. What, if anything, do you think the Braves are going to do to increase their lead in the NL East?
I think we're going to be very active at the trade deadline, and it, while it thrills me, it also, I get so attached to some of these young prospects, think the thought of Owen Murphy going somewhere else. I'm like, God, I don't know, man. Do you really give up, or Cam Caminiti? I'm like, don't trade that kid, But I do have a lot of faith in Alex, and I think he's gonna make some real moves, because we have obvious needs right now, especially starting pitching and even relievers. I mean, when Suarez is going to come back? I don't think he's been cleared to throw yet.
No.
So it's that's such a tough one, because that 1-2 punch of him and Iglesias, you can swap him 8-9. It's like, it was heaven, right?
I think one of the things that has hurt is, the failure to launch of Spencer Strider, my favorite player. Just love him. He's hurt again. But I'm on the fence. Like, do we go out and get a big arm? Or, hey, we got Schwelly coming back, and Waldrop's healthy now. And, and I don't want to give up like an Eric Hartman for a one-year rental.
No, we're not giving that kid up. That kid's exciting as hell, man.
Yeah. Insane. And we got, Ronald Acuna is going to start a rehab. I mean, there's reinforcements coming, but I'm on the like you. I don't want to mortgage the future for a short-term rental, but I also want to win the World Series again. So
I do too. I do have a concern that while we're watching one of the billionaire failures in the Mets, I do think the Dodgers have some real, like that. Look, man, you got to get past Dodgers or Phillies, that facing the Phillies 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think there's anybody pitching better than the Phillies right now in the 1, 2, the first 3 starters, right? I don't think there's any 1, 2, 3 in baseball better than those guys right now.
It's very tough. All right, hypothetical. You're Alex. You're the GM. The Tigers call and say, Skubal's available. Make us an offer. Do we do it? Do we go for it?
No. And here's my take on that. I think that Skubal is going to cost way more than I think Alex is. I'm with him. I think he's going to do more of a Sonny Gray or somebody. He'll do a smart move where it's not going to cost him everybody. I think Skubal's going to cost way too much for a few months. And if you're not going to win the World Series, man, I don't know. Do you do it? I think we need more than one pitcher. I think it'd be smarter to get 2 really solid pitchers than one superstar.
Yeah, I'm not.
Because what if that one superstar? I mean, Skubal's been hurt, right? So I don't know. He's I don't know. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't give up Cam Caminiti and
definitely
and whatever else it's going to take to get him. That's for sure.
Definitely
not for a few months.
Keeping Cam, Murphy, Richie, Hartman, Giel. Let's keep all the young
that
studs.
Kid, I'm loving watching. Look, Dylan Lee. Shout out to him, man. He's the most. The fact that guy's not on the All-Star team is he didn't make it, right? The All-Star game.
No.
Yeah, I mean, one of the best pitchers in baseball. Yeah. I love Dylan Lee, and I just think like he's one of our unsung heroes, man.
Well, hopefully we'll see some October baseball. But you don't have to wait till October. August 2nd for the next season of Linus. Michael, always good to catch up, my friend. Stay safe and go Braves.
Thanks so much for having me, man. I appreciate it.
There you go. The legend that is Michael Kelly. Unbelievable. Congrats to Denise from Alpharetta. She won our latest pair of tickets to see Train coming up in just 2 days. Right now, we're going to check the ride around town at 11:20. Hello and good morning, Alex Williams.
Hey, good morning, Mark. And good news in Gwinnett County. Crash cleared out of the HOT Express lane, 85 southbound below Pleasant Hill. So hopefully that bunch up leaving Highway 316 should start to thin out. Over on the west side, Vinings area, heads up, structure fire shuts down Paces Ferry Road just west of the right around New Paces Ferry Road, right where the Orient Express is. The train tracks, look out for that. 285 southbound, the outer loop, that ride's slow into the work zone on the west side before Hollowell Parkway down to I-20 exit 10. Traffic brought to you by Whole Foods Market. Save on premium seafood at Whole Foods Market. Get 20% off sustainable, wild-caught, fresh Alaska sockeye salmon fillets with Prime through July 21st while supplies last. Shop in-store or online. Terms apply. From the Loud Security Systems Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Attention Georgia homeowners, I have a question. If new windows are supposed to save you money on your energy bills, why should you have to wait to start saving? Hey, it's Ray, founder of Window Comfort, and during America's 250th anniversary celebration, we're doing something we've never done before. If you replace all the windows in your home and show us your current power bill, we're going to write you a check for 3 months of your electricity. That's right. We're going to start saving you money before we ever install the windows. And it gets better. Right now, we're doing buy 2 windows, get 2 free. Buy 4, get 4 free. Buy 5, get 5 free. Plus, we're going to add free installation for a short period of time. You have nothing to lose and everything to save. So go to windowcomfort.com and get your free, no-pressure estimate today.
Better prices, better views. Window Comfort, meant just for you. Window Comfort.
This is Greg Trzynski of the Original Mattress Factory. One of our guiding principles is to provide great beds at a great value. Our goal is to prove this to our customers every single day. We believe in producing quality mattresses in our factory and selling them directly to you, eliminating the middleman markup. You can rest easy knowing that you're getting a hand-built mattress at a real value. Stop by a location near you. We're confident that you'll be able to see and feel the OMF difference for yourself. Learn more at originalmattress.com.
Hey friends, it's Mark Arum here. Do you want peace of mind when it comes to your home's electrical system? That's kind of a big deal. I want you to do what I did and schedule an appointment with Reliable, a company you can trust. An amazing limited time offer. Keep your home safe with a 79-point electrical safety inspection that identifies loose wires, worn breakers, corrosion in your panel, or outdated smoke alarms. Only $49 for real peace of mind. Book an appointment online at reliableair.com or call or text 770-594-9969.
Jane is a small business owner.
That's right.
And tell them what that's like, Jane.
Yeah, well, it's like a roller coaster with a lot of ups and downs, and some days things can feel like they're flying off the rails.
Yep, it's a lot. But the Total Solutions Advantage only from Comcast Business can help you manage it all. With the largest, fastest fiber-powered network designed for 100% reliability with business internet and wireless connect. Plus gig speeds with security and equipment included. All with a 5-year price lock.
Nice. So everything stays on track.
Exactly. The Total Solutions Advantage. Get started for just $60 a month for 12 months when you add wireless connect to a qualifying internet package. No one does business like Comcast Business.
Limited time offer. Restrictions apply. New customers only. 1-year agreement, paperless billing, and automatic payments with bank account required. $60 offer requires 300 meg internet, security edge, and additional qualifying service. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra.
This World Cup profile is brought to you by Kalshi. Trade the beautiful game. Few players in the world can match the speed, skill, and goal-scoring ability of France's Kylian Mbappe. The dynamic forward rose to international stardom as a teenager, helping France win the 2018 FIFA World Cup, and has since become one of the game's biggest superstars. Mbappe can take over a match in an instant. The World Cup is on, and there's no better place to be than Kalshi, America's #1 prediction market platform. On Kalshi, you're trading against other people in a live market. No house, no odds makers. For a limited time, download the Kalshi app and use code PASS, P-A-S-S, PASS, to get $10 when you trade $10. Kalshi. Trade the beautiful game.
18 plus only. Restrictions and eligibility requirements apply. Event contract trading involves risk and may not be suitable for all investors. Prices, values, and available markets may differ from those mentioned. For more information, see kalshi.com/regulatory.
The garage door springs that come standard with most homes don't last. And when they fail, it's not just inconvenient, it's dangerous. Hi, I'm Tommy Mello at A1 Garage Door Service. Our springs are the toughest in the industry, backed by our lifetime warranty. That's right. Fix them once and you're covered for life. Don't risk your family's safety or your peace of mind. Let A1 replace your springs before they become a problem. From repairs to upgrades, it's A1 from day one.
A1 from day one.
Men, if you're suffering from ED or PE, you're not alone. Most importantly, you don't have to live with it. Priority Men's Medical Center restores men's love lives in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, even when Viagra and Cialis don't work. Here's Dr. Simovitz, specialist in men's health.
Priority Men's Medical Center's painless breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, regardless of age or medical history. 98% of patients see instant results right in the office.
Men are now lasting longer than they ever imagined. And the best part, at Priority Men's Medical Center, your consultation and first treatment are free. Qualified patients even get their testosterone checked free. Call 404-885-8885. 404-885-8885. Take control of your love life. Call now. 404-885-8885.
11:26 on the Mark Arum Show. Great stuff there with Michael Kelly. Love him. August 2nd, Lioness. Deborah, I know you're a big fan of the show. Picked up some breaking news in the last couple of minutes. This coming from the Athens Banner Herald.
Where is Hector?
In Athens, Georgia. Georgia football coordinators Mike Bobo and Glenn Schumann get contract extensions. These extensions will run through the 2028 season. Increases in salary. Oh, Mr. Bobo is going to make $2.2 million this year. His total pay is going to rise to 2.3 and 2.4, according to the Athens Banner Herald. Breaking news there for all the Bulldogs fans. We got the wrong profession, Deborah. Wrong profession. Vinny's barely making half of that. $2.4 million a year. All right, when we come back after news, weather, and traffic, what happened with the Air Force One switcheroo? President Trump flying out of the NATO summit, and Deborah's got an amazing prize pack to give away. Tickets to see Leonard Skinner and Foreigner, and a special performance by Foreigner in the WSB Live Lounge. Your chance to win next on The Mark Arum Show.
Sounds like your car is giving you trouble again, Frank.
Mary, I think she's finally running out of steam after all these years.
Well, why don't you give her a second chance where she can make a difference in the community?
What do you mean?
Donate her to Tommy Nova Center. I just donated my vehicle. It was super easy and fast, and they'll use the proceeds to help people with disabilities find jobs.
That's a great idea. What a feeling knowing my old rundown car can help someone.
Donate your old vehicle, RV, or boat to Tommy Nova Center and help people with disabilities gain meaningful employment. Call 866-NOVIS-AUTO or visit TommyNovaCenter.org and donate today.
Joint pain, awful when you're the person who's fighting through it. But I'm betting you aren't the only ones affected by it. Maybe you love someone who struggles with joint pain and you see it. You see what they don't say, what they've slowly stopped doing. It's July. The days are long. The light hangs around. It's time to be outside, moving, playing, living, and you're sitting it out. Hey, it's Mark Arum here. Let's talk about getting that life back. Because at QC Kinetics, that's what's happening every day. People who are stuck in that cycle of pain in their hips, knees, shoulders, and back, they're finally stepping out of it with regenerative treatments done right there in their office. No surgery, long recovery, or putting life on hold. Just real relief. The inflammation eases and the pain lets go. We hear it all the time, not just from patients, from people around them. He's back. She's herself again. So if this sounds like you or someone you love, go find out what's possible. QC Kinetics offers a free consultation to see if you're a candidate. Call 770-285-8026. 770-285-8026. That's 770-285-8026.
If you're thinking about moving, here's a question. Why are you waiting? Are you waiting for your home to sell? Waiting for the right offer? Waiting for 2 closings to magically line up on the same day? Well, with Orchard, you don't have to. Hey, it's Eric Von Hessler. Orchard gives you cash up front from your current home so you can buy your next home now, before your old one sells. That means you can move in when the right house comes along instead of hoping it's still available months later. And while you're getting settled into your new place, Orchard gets to work on your old one. They handle repairs, upgrades, staging, and professional marketing to help your home sell for top dollar. No double moves, no scrambling, no settling for less because you're running out of time. So if a move is in your future, don't put it off. Find out what your home is worth today with a free home valuation at Orchard.com. That's Orchard.com.
Live from the Superior Plumbing Studios.
News,
weather,
traffic.
95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's News and Talk.
It's 11:30. Good morning. I'm Sabrina Cupid. This news sponsored by Rocco's European Garage, your dealership alternative. Now, update on the conflict in the Middle East. Iran and the U.S. are already trading strikes back and forth again in the Mideast, just days after President Trump said the ceasefire is dead and the memorandum of understanding no longer holds. Iran claiming today that the U.S. struck 2 railway bridges. The U.S. saying Iran has been striking U.S. targets in the region. It's prompted the U.S. Embassy in Jordan to issue warnings. We get more now from Britt Clinton.
The U.S., it has a significant military footprint in Jordan. We know that. Troops, aircraft, and a key air base that's been central to planning operations against Iran. So any escalation here in the region automatically raises the risk profile there. A security alert, it usually means diplomats, they're being told to limit movement, stay away from certain areas, while Washington reassesses the threat.
Be sure and stay with us for continuing live team coverage of the conflict in the Middle East here on 95.5 WSB, also on the WSB radio app. Any new developments, you're going to hear about them here. Your weather for today, a mix of clouds and sun. A pop-up afternoon shower or storm is not out of the question, says WSB meteorologist Christina Edwards. Your afternoon high right there around 93. A new study today finds a startling 40% of women with ovarian cancer are only diagnosed after they have to go to the emergency room. Ovarian cancer progresses quietly, often leaving patients with no warning that it has advanced. Without an early warning system sign, the cancer expands until it triggers an acute crisis like severe fluid buildup or a bowel obstruction, and that ends you up in the hospital. And according to the National Cancer Institute, more than 21,000 Americans are expected to be diagnosed with ovarian cancer this year. Currently, there's no routine screening for ovarian cancer. A luxury German car brand with local roots seeing a worrying decline in sales.
Porsche deliveries slumped 16% in the first half, dragged down in part by weak demand in North America. The luxury car maker with headquarters in Atlanta saw sales dip to the lowest level since 2020. Porsche said some of the main reasons for the overall decline included the end of production of the combustion engine 718 model, as well as the expiration of American tax incentives for electric and hybrid vehicles.
Porsche has already announced plans to cut 3,900 jobs by 2029. I'm Bloomberg's Dan Schwartzman for 95.5 WSB.
From cars to homes now, sales of previously owned homes slowed in June, but a key measure of home prices climbed to an all-time high. This making home buying almost unaffordable for many. The National Association of Realtors saying that existing home sales fell 2.4% last month. The national median sales price increased 1.8% from a year ago. It is now at more than just $440,000. And how long do you think is too long for a movie?
A marketing research firm in New York polled filmgoers from several age groups and found on average adults prefer a film to be about 88 minutes long. Results of the Talker Research survey varied by age, with Gen Z viewers preferring an 82-minute movie, while boomers can be patient for 93 minutes. This doesn't stop audiences from watching long movies. Toy Story 5 is 102 minutes long. Project Hail Mary goes on for 156 minutes. And when The Odyssey comes out later this month, audiences will be expected to sit still for 172 minutes. I'm Mark Mayfield.
Let's take a look at the markets. The Dow right now is up 117 at 52,465. NASDAQ also in positive territory, up more than 0.5%, and so is the S&P. It's time for live team coverage of traffic and weather. Here's Alex Williams. He has a look at your roads.
Hey, Sabrina. We see it all on the jam cams, and right now watching a lawn crew in the left lane of 285 South, the outer loop Paces Ferry Road exit 18, trying to get a push mower back onto the back of their truck. So that is why that left lane is blocked on 285 South, the outer loop in Vinings. Also in Vinings, Paces Ferry Road is shut down just east of I-285 in both directions due to a structure fire. This is just east of Overlook Parkway. You can use Cumberland Boulevard as an alternate. Elsewhere, if you're traveling through Midtown downtown, 75-85 southbound, a few brake lights scattered about 17th Street down to North Avenue. Same story northbound, sluggish, we'll call it, University Avenue up to Peachtree Pine Street. From the Loud Security Systems Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
This is WSB meteorologist Christina Upwards. Partly cloudy, hot and muggy for today with a high of 93. Few pop-up showers and thunderstorms through the afternoon and evening hours. Staying warm for tonight, lows in the mid-70s. Tomorrow, more pop-up showers and thunderstorms through the afternoon, high 94. Scattered rainstorms remain in the forecast this weekend.
86 degrees in Beaufort. It is 88 in Decatur, and Woodstock has 87 degrees right now. We'll have more news at noon. Breaking news when it happens. 95.5 WSB.
Get the WSB radio app.
This story is breaking right now.
Get notifications from your source for news.
If you have the WSB radio app, then you saw the breaking news.
Get the WSB radio app.
Don't miss a thing with the WSB app.
Download it from the App Store today.
Coming up next, why 2 Air Force Ones were needed to leave the NATO summit, and Deborah's got a huge prize pack to give away. Straight ahead on the Mark Arum Show.
Coolray is celebrating 60 years of bringing home comfort to Atlanta, and they're making July a month to remember. Right now, you can upgrade your home comfort with a new Carrier cooling system starting at just $60 a month. The Georgia heat is here, and if your AC struggled last summer or you're worried about rising repair costs, now is the time to replace. For 60 years, Atlanta homeowners have trusted Coolray to keep their homes comfortable. To set an appointment today, simply go to Coolray.com. Coolray and Carrier. Turn to the experts.
Monica Pearson for Superior Plumbing. Do you have a plumbing issue but have a busy weekday schedule? Superior Plumbing can schedule an appointment that fits your schedule. They show up on time and get the job done right the first time. Locally owned and operated for over 40 years.
Summer's a time to feel and look your best, but I'm not talking about your abs or your tan. Hey guys, it's Mark Arum here. I'm talking about your hair. Restore that bald spot, reverse your receding hairline, or add volume to thinning during Advanced Hair's once yearly summer savings event. Advanced Hair Simple one-day treatment begins to regrow your own natural hair the very next day, and they guarantee your new hair will grow. There's absolutely no one in hair restoration I trust more than Advanced Hair. Take advantage of your flexible summer calendar and get the most hair for your dollar. Advanced Hair summer sales event on for a limited time, so get the details and schedule your free consultation today. 470-660-HAIR. One-day treatment, life-changing results. With Advanced Hair, your new hair is guaranteed to grow. Check out the incredible before and afters and take advantage of their best offer ever. That's 470-660-HAIR or advancedhair.com. 470-660-HAIR or advancedhair.com.
No one in Georgia treats more kids with cancer and blood disorders, and no one in the Southeast is doing more to advance pediatric cancer research. The Aflac Cancer and Blood Disorders Center of Children's Healthcare of Atlanta cares for thousands of patients each year and offers access to hundreds of clinical trials to kids whose survival depends on new treatment. Listen July 23rd and 24th to the 26th annual 95.5 WSB Carathon and support research to find cures. Visit choa.org/carathon to make a donation today.
He packed in the animals 2 by 2, ox, a camel, and a kangaroo.
11:38 on the Mark Arum Show. Speaking of the Carathon, our incentives are live right now at WSBRadio.com/Carathon, including the 999 dinner, Deborah. I don't know if I've made the announcement.
You have not.
I'll do tomorrow. We've secured a location for the 999 dinner. I'll make the announcement tomorrow. It's a restaurant that has not yet been a part of the 999 dinner, but let me just, if you want to jump on, there's only 5 pairs of tickets from the Mark Arum Show 999 dinner. Go pre-order them now because they're going to go fast. I'm very excited about this. We'll announce it tomorrow, the 999 dinner location. Right now, we have an amazing prize pack to give away. Deborah, what do we have?
All right, tickets to go see Lynyrd Skynyrd and Foreigner. This is the Double Trouble Double Vision Tour at Amerisbank Amphitheater on July 23rd. And you will also get to come here to the WSB Live Lounge for a meet and greet with Foreigner on July 21st, where you will also be doing an interview.
Yes, I'll be interviewing Foreigner, maybe singing a cappella if I can get rid of this cold. Let's do the 8th caller to Darius, caller number 8. To 404-872-0750. 8th caller to 404-872-0750 wins that amazing prize pack. It's like two gifts in one. 2 gifts in one. 2 concerts in one. Courtesy of the Mark Arum Show and 95.5 WSB. All right, joining us on the show is correspondent Rory O'Neill. Rory, my friend, good morning. I was kind of scratching my head yesterday. President Trump departing the NATO summit in Turkey aboard old Air Force One, not the Qatari new Air Force One. Any indication a day later why we had that plane switcheroo?
Well, we're getting multiple stories about exactly what happened, and it may be because of the increased military activity in Iran. Now, as you pointed out, the president flew to Turkey on the new Air Force One, but on the way home took the old girl from Turkey to the UK, then got back on the new Qatari plane from the UK to finish the trip back to D.C. Now, the concern is apparently that the new Air Force One doesn't have all the same defensive capabilities as the old Air Force Ones or as the 2 new ones in development will have.
Yeah, we heard from President Trump yesterday declaring that he was number 1 on the Iranian hit list, which obviously raised some eyebrows and some concerns, and then asked about the switcheroo with the Air Force Ones and didn't really give an answer. The reason the administration gave yesterday was, we want the United States soldiers at the base in UK to get a look at the new Air Force One and to take a tour of it.
Yeah, and no one's really buying that. Also, we should note that the reporters in the press cabin on the old Air Force One were told to lower the shades in their windows as they went off through the departure. The Secret Service apparently was insistent that the president take the old plane. We don't know if there were any specific threats against the plane and this trip, but clearly the new plane, which they call a bridge plane, it can't do what the old planes can do. And when I say bridge plane, that is to say this plane will not be in service long. It is expected that the plane will be donated to the Trump Library, presidential library that would be built in Miami, they hope, because there are already 2 new Air Force One jets that are being built by Boeing, behind schedule, over budget, but still in the works.
Correspondent Rory O'Neill joining us here on the Mark Arum Show. Rory, the Qatari gifted Air Force One, I think it was $400 million spent by the U.S. government to get it up to speed and get it up to snuff, if you will, to have all of the bells and whistles that are needed for Air Force One. Was that not enough time, not enough money? Are we ever going to get any clarification on this?
I would say yes to that. And then the other fly I'll throw in the ointment here is communication capacity. Remember, the plane was safe enough to go to Turkey, right? So why wasn't it safe enough to come home? One issue may be communications. When the president left for Turkey, we were not in this hotter war with Iran. the communications capabilities of the old Air Force One are likely far superior to the new one, and secured communications in order to conduct military exercises was something that may have been needed on this trip. That may have been another factor in deciding to take the old plane.
Interesting stuff. Rory, great insight as always. Have a great day, my friend.
Thanks, Mark.
Very curious. I don't know if we're ever going to get the real lowdown of exactly why that switch happened. I don't buy like, oh, let's land the new Air Force One in England so our soldiers can get a tour of that. I mean, listen, President Trump said multiple times yesterday, like, Iran is going after him and going after him hard. I would imagine it's more about security concerns on that new Air Force One. New York Times' Maggie Haberman asked about this story on CNN.
He does raise questions about what exactly this new Air Force One, which was gifted by Qatar to the U.S. and then will be given to President Trump when he leaves, how equipped it is with the kind of defense systems that the current Air Force One is. This plane was rushed into circulation because President Trump wanted to fly on a new Air Force One because the two that he had commissioned during his first term weren't going to be ready for a variety of reasons. Some Boeing's fault, some an issue with how contracts were renegotiated. But when you rush something, lots of people told us they could not imagine a scenario where it could properly be fitted with its defense capabilities in time to protect a president, to do what Air Force One has to do.
Safety first, as always. That was New York Times reporter Maggie Haberman. Speaking of safety, do you think on Air Force One, and remind me, I don't know if we're going to talk to White House correspondent John Decker tomorrow, if he's back from Ankara or not, but he's flown on Air Force One. Do they have the safety video on Air Force One? You know, like the one we have to watch?
With your flotation devices and do your seatbelt and stuff?
Do you think they do that?
I bet
Is
they
that an
have
FAA
to.
regulation?
Maybe.
Or
We'll ask John.
it was interesting. So I'm used to flying Delta where they played a video now. But when we were
Right.
flying inside of Peru from Lima to Cusco, there was no TVs.
Oh,
so I
you
got
had
the
an
old school flight attendant doing it
Okay.
again. And interesting. All right, remind me. Next time we have John Decker on, he's been on Air Force One a bunch. Do they have a security video? Or do they even not even bother? Do they have to turn their phone onto airplane mode? On
That
Air
I
Force
bet you
One.
probably
Yeah, you
do.
probably do. You probably have to give up your cell phone there. A couple of airline-related stories, starting with our hometown airline, Delta. Delta announcing Delta Basic Business. A lot of people talking about this, Deborah.
Yeah, so if you can't afford to fly the business class or first class, but you still want a little more comfort than coach, now there's a new level called basic business. It's still significantly more than a coach seat, but you're going to be able to have those lie flat beds, which
Sure.
is a huge deal if you're flying
Delta
anywhere
One
overnight.
seats, yeah.
Yeah, that's a big deal. Like the short flight's not a big deal, but if you have to fly more than like 6 hours,
Absolutely.
that could make or break a flight. You won't get any of the extra perks. Like you don't get automatic access to the lounge. You don't get upgrades in miles or anything like that, but you do get the comfort. And again, if it's a longer flight, you might
I'm
be
on
willing to
board.
pay a little bit more for that flight.
Yeah, so it's less than what normal business class
Right,
would.
because you
but-
don't get all those extra perks.
But it's more than coach. And I also said you don't get to choose your seat. But it's fine. If you're
well,
sitting
you
in
don't
front
get
of the plane.
you might not be able to change your seat, or you
Whatever.
still have to pay for your extra luggage. Where in first class, it all is just included.
I think that's great. That's great. Give, catch a breath, especially like the long flight, a 7-hour flight, like that late flat seat is huge. One more airport story. We've been talking about this. Continued chaos at airports in the European Union.
So they have this new entry-exit system for the EU, all 25 countries that are members of the EU, plus Iceland, Liechtenstein, Norway, and Switzerland. If you're coming into those countries from somebody that's not in the EU, they're going to collect your biometric data when you come in, and it has been massive chaos in those countries.
Huge delays.
They do not have enough people to do it. A lot of people are kind of resisting it. It's just taking a really long time. Some people are waiting 6 hours. Many people have missed their connecting flights because a lot of people connect in Europe. And the aviation was trying to say, hey, you need to put this on pause through at least summer because that's the busy travel season. And the airports are like, no,
Can't
nope,
do it.
Nope, we're doing it.
You've flown internationally before. Coming back to Hartsfield-Jackson
Yeah.
International, going through customs. When Ma and I landed on the evening of July 4th, big line at customs. But we got so lucky, right in the middle of the line. TSA agent came over. She was like, all right, all you guys go to this line. And instead of like handing the passport, hey, are you declaring anything? You just stood in front of a kiosk that took a picture of you.
Yeah,
and
those been
cleared
around
you.
for a while, like
Dude,
the last 10
it was
years.
awesome. Like, didn't have to do any of
Yeah,
the...
you don't have to sit there and they ask you,
Yeah.
do you have this much money?
Exactly.
Why did you go over here? What did you do there? Yeah,
It
it looks at you and you're like, yeah, okay.
It
go.
saved 30 minutes. It was phenomenal. Congrats to Gary from Atlanta. Won those amazing tickets to see Foreigner and Leonard Skinner. One more pair giveaway tomorrow, Deborah?
Final pair?
Final pair tomorrow on the Mark Arum Show. 11:47. Let's check the ride around town. Any current hotspots, Alec Williams?
Yeah, right now watching a stall on the west side perimeter, Mark. Hopefully about to clear here. Yeah, I think they're about to get back in their car. Was this lawn crew that had to get a lawn mower back onto the back of their truck? 285 southbound, the outer loop Paces Ferry Road exit 18. That's why the left lane's been blocked, slowing you from I-75. And don't forget, Paces Ferry Road shut down inside the perimeter just east of Overlook Parkway. Structure fire there. You can use Cumberland Boulevard as an alternate. And construction in the left lane in Canton, 575 southbound at Highway 140. Traffic brought to you by Reliable Air. You know that first hot day of summer, hot day in Atlanta when you turn the AC on and nothing happens? That usually means your system's been sitting too long. Visit reliableair.com before you need it. From the Loud Security Systems Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Don't be late because you crowdsourced your commute with a navigation app.
Heads up crash involving several vehicles.
Depend on us
To make sure you get where you need to be on
Alternates
time.
needed this morning between Buford and Swanee.
Local and dependable traffic 24 hours a day, 7 days a
Some
week.
of the alternates to get you around this include Memorial Drive in East Ponce.
WSB Triple Team
A car has
Traffic.
flipped over 20 westbound.
95.5 WSB. How Atlanta gets there.
If you're thinking about moving, here's a question. Why are you waiting? Are you waiting for your home to sell? Waiting for the right offer? Waiting for 2 closings to magically line up on the same day? Well, with Orchard, you don't have to. Hey, it's Eric Von Hessler. Orchard gives you cash up front from your current home so you can buy your next home now, before your old one sells. That means you can move in when the right house comes along instead of hoping it's still available months later. And while you're getting settled into your new place, Orchard gets to work on your old one. They handle repairs, upgrades, staging, and professional marketing to help your home sell for top dollar. No double moves, no scrambling, no settling for less because you're running out of time. So if a move is in your future, don't put it off. Find out what your home is worth today with a free home valuation at Orchard.com. That's Orchard.com.
If you're thinking about selling your home this summer, there's no better time than now. With Mark Spain Real Estate's guaranteed offer, you can skip the market uncertainty and sell your home hassle-free and for top dollar. Hi, this is Mark Spain. The guaranteed offer is the simplest way to sell your home. With our guaranteed offer, you're always in control. You can eliminate all the hassle, sell your home for top dollar, and move when you're ready. There are no showings, no open houses, and no stress. Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today. That's markspain.com and start packing.
Now at Kroger, your points add up to more ways to save every trip. Use them your way to take dollars off groceries at checkout or save at the pump. You can even save up to $35 on your next fill up. Same points, more choices. And with low prices on fresh, quality food, plus digital and personalized offers tailored to how you shop, your dollar goes further. Redeem your points online or in the app. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Restrictions apply. See site or store for details.
Men, if you're suffering from ED or PE, you're not alone. Most importantly, you don't have to live with it. Priority Men's Medical Center restores men's love lives in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, even when Viagra and Cialis don't work. Here's Dr. Simovitz, specialist in men's health.
Priority Men's Medical Center's painless breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, regardless of age or medical history. 98% of patients see instant results right in the office.
Men are now lasting longer than they ever imagined. And the best part, at Priority Men's Medical Center, your consultation and first treatment are free. Qualified patients even get their testosterone checked free. Call 404-885-8885. 404-885-8885. Take control of your love life. Call now. 404-885-8885.
Just call Sweet James at 1-800-9-million. Just call Sweet James, your accident attorney.
Sweet James, the only firm to call if you're hurt in a crash. 800-9-million and sweetjames.com.
Between the daily demands of work, family needs, running a household, and more, you deserve some real relief at the end of the day. At the Original Mattress Factory, we have a wide variety of mattresses that are built to provide the ultimate in comfort and relief when you need it most. Mattresses that are hand-built locally using high-quality materials. Mattresses that are sold factory direct to offer you a great value. Mattresses that are designed to provide real relief to real people like you. Visit an Original Mattress Factory location today and get the rest you deserve tonight.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. Did you know the IRS has programs specifically designed to help people struggling with tax debt? Powerful tax assistance programs that can save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm, A-rated by the Better Business Bureau. Their award-winning tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $3 billion of tax debt for their clients. One call to Optima can start the process, helping to put an end to your worries about wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other aggressive IRS actions. Find the best options to solve your tax problems. Call the experts at Optima Tax Relief today for a free consultation.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Hey everyone, it's your buddy Shelly Winter here. Join me this Saturday at noon for the Car Guys with Kevin Deutsch from Butler Lexus of South Atlanta. Buy or lease, fix or sell, everything you want to know about cars, we will cover Saturday noon to 1 right here on 95.5 WSB.
Man, I love this place. I've been surfing here since I was a kid. Now, seeing my grandson out on the water, it means everything to me. Watching him and taking in the blue waves, the sea breeze, the blurry horizon.
If you have geographic atrophy, or GA, subtle changes in vision could mean it's progressing toward irreversible vision loss. Izervay is proven to slow GA progression and could help preserve your vision for longer, so you may keep seeing the world around you. Izervay, or avacincaptad pegol, is an eye injection. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may cause blood in the white of the eye, blurred vision, or a temporary increase in eye pressure. Do not drive or use machinery until vision has recovered after an eye injection or exam. Ask your retina specialist how you can slow your GA with Izervay. To learn more, call 1-855-IZERVAY or go to izervay.com. Paid for by Astellas Pharma.
$11:54 on the Mark Arum Show. That's Malibu by Courtney Love, widow of Kurt Cobain. Miss Love turned 62 years old today. Welcome back to the Mark Arum Show. Real quick, Deborah, on one of my Delta flights, I watched the movie Hail Mary, the space flight starring Ryan Gosling. Went in with low expectations. Actually really enjoyed it. I thought it was a good movie.
It's worth a watch?
It is worth a watch.
Okay.
Low expectations. It wasn't what I expected, but it's got me in that space. And then I watched 2001 Space Odyssey after that. So
Okay.
I've been talking about space. We do have a space story. We have an update on this probe we sent out years and years ago.
Yeah, it's the New Horizons probe, and it's just billions of light years away, and it hasn't communicated.
No, billions of miles away.
Sorry, miles.
Yeah.
Sorry, you're right. Miles, not light years, but billions of miles away. It hasn't communicated with NASA in about a year, and it's not lost in space or anything. It's in this energy-saving mode.
Okay.
Like, apparently there's nothing to take pictures of where they're at, but it's all the way out near Pluto. So it's just sent some new pictures back, and it takes about 9 hours for those photos to get from one place to another. But it's constantly working. It's just not always active because space is just so vast.
Yeah, that's amazing that it's still out there all the way up past Pluto, which
Yeah.
is a planet, is not a planet anymore.
It keeps changing.
Yeah, I don't know. Good news, if you love the waffle fries at Chick-fil-A, they're available for free this week, Deborah. What do we have to do to get them?
Yeah, free waffle fries now. A Cow Appreciation Day is coming up this week. So all this week, you have a chance to score free prize. You do have to have the app. So you have the app, right?
I do.
Check out your app, and when you order something, you'll be able to add those free fries to the order.
For the first time ever, I'm pointless on my Chick-fil-A app.
Oh my gosh,
I've redeemed
really?
them all.
You can also dress up
Whoa.
like a cow, and they'll give some to you that
You know
way,
I
too.
didn't get?
The calendar?
Well, no, not the calendar, but points for yesterday.
What?
I forgot to add. I don't know how you
For
get
the milkshake.
I ordered all the milkshakes yesterday.
why did
You ordered on the Chick-fil-A app, right?
No, I ordered on Uber
Oh,
Eats.
well, that's why.
yeah.
But can you transfer those points?
Do you have the receipt?
I don't anymore.
No.
Yeah, no.
Usually, like, if you have the receipt, you can copy
Maya
it
got
over.
so jealous last night.
Why?
Because we had Chick-fil-A milkshakes.
Oh,
So she
okay.
got one for herself last night.
Good for you,
She
Maya.
got the peach Chick-fil-A milkshake. She got her points. I didn't get any points.
Now you know. because of the Mark Arum Show.
We saw overnight the U.S. hit over 90 targets in Iran, mostly around the Strait of Hormuz, hitting radar systems and missile launching pads, also hitting drone facilities.
ABC's Jordana Miller joined us from Jerusalem, the very latest on the re-escalation of our conflict with Iran. Now you know.
He's got two very capable attorneys, and also he's very active in listening and questioning and, asking questions to his attorneys. And at times, the attorneys have turned to him and say, do you have any questions?
Yeah, really interesting stuff there from Nancy Liu, News Nation. She joins us live in Utah. The Tyler Robinson trial pre-hearings, final day tomorrow. We'll have a recap for you tomorrow on the suspected assassin of Charlie Kirk. Now you know because of the Mark Arum Show.
And now, are you guys ready for the Mark Arum Star of the Show?
We had some great guests. Bloomberg in London, Nancy Liu in Utah. How about Michael Kelly? Jack Ryan, Lioness, Big Bride. I love talking to Michael Kelly. He gets the star of the show. And that's it.
Don't be funny.
Vinny coming through at Gutbuster got me the French toast platter this morning, Deborah. The legendary French toast platter from Gutbusters. Vinny not doing bread. Heard. Vinny gets the star of the show. Vinny and Michael Kelly. That's phenomenal. Social media. I'm on him. At Mark Arum, Markarum. Stay safe. Have a great Thursday, Atlanta.
WSB Atlanta, WSBB FM, and